All right, then. Welcome everybody to the stream for today, for this evening. Today we're doing something that I've been asked to do for a while, which is play, I think, a somewhat fan-favorite character of Palpateen. And hopefully have the camera stop lagging. Normally, it only happens in the, like, as soon as I click out the game, it just, you know, fixes itself. It's only when I'm in the loading screen. It's really weird. But, yeah, basically, I wanted to kind of play these two. That went well. But then I was like, I haven't really got anything to do. And right now, Feyrand is just grinding out the remaining Leaders Beneath the Hills deed. So he's kind of just like, he's a bit predisposed at the minute. And I thought, hey, I enjoy playing Palpatine, and at least every time I do a VOD or uploaded a VOD of Palpatine, it did so much better than other people's, so, or other like streams. So I thought, hey, we bring it back. This robe is actually a robe we are testing out a little bit. The reason I'm going for this robe is because it's a bit darker. It reminds me of like more Death Eater-y, sort of, like Harry Potter, sort of. I think it's these bits. I think that's what they're called. More so than maybe Sith. But we still got the cloak. No, this is actually from Mordor, if I'm correct. It is a Moats purchased Mordor robe. Something of the worm. I was just testing it out, because I do like the other robe, but it's a bit gray, even though it says black. And then putting this on, I can also dye it, because by default it's red. So I dyed it black. It's a thing. But yeah, it's been a while since we've done some Palpatine. And I have been doing a little bit of work in the background. So with 140 being no longer the max, what I basically been doing is when I was opening up loot boxes, which I've been occasionally doing now, I basically decided, hey, I'm gonna moats gear him out. Other than the helmet, which I decided not to do just because it's got an essence, plus it's a delving thing, so it's probably good enough. But everything else, other than the leveling earrings, obviously they're not giving us bonus experience, but other than these earrings, I basically said, hey, I'm gonna moats gear and you know, put us back on track. So we're capped on tactical mastery. I don't know if that's gonna come up, but Ghost with the gifted sub. Yeah, we're capped on tactical mastery. We're decently on morale and stuff. Ghost just wanted the other badge. That's what he wanted. And yeah, basically that should mean that going through the epic, we shouldn't really be struggling. Not that we were struggling before. Palpatine is like weirdly stronger than he normally is. Not necessarily normally is, but like he's consistently been quite strong. I think I've sort of looked. January 1st though. We're going to be on it. See, I've come to terms with the fact that I'm probably not getting Ghosts, my gold back from Ghosts, so I've been procuring my own. I mean, if I really wanted a lot of money, now is the best time for it, because if I look up red sea stone, for example, let's see what the prices are at the minute. So for one, I can't really see, people are doing batches of 5, but how much is one selling for? 110. So I'd argue most people buy, let's say 120, right? I have in my shared storage, and I did have more because I've just spent 14 on embers, but I have 132. So I have got 15,000, well, nearly 16,000 gold technically in materials there, if I was really after that. That is from lots of farming. Yes. See, I've got a double purpose now. I've been farming my Bjornings, and Ghost with another gifted sub. I don't know why it's not showing up. My alerts are on, but there we are. Yeah, basically, what was it saying? I've forgotten. I've been doing a lot of farming, and I've been getting my characters, my Bjornings, my 25 Bjornings. Not all of them, but only 2 so far, which is 9 and 19. Because obviously they're named 1 through 25. I have leveled those to 68 and 61 respectively. And basically at level 58, I can do this lovely thing called the Halls of Crafting. And basically any of the Lothlorien instance cluster. And the good thing about these is, I don't actually know if I've done it on here, but the good thing about these is if you do the, like, Chieftains of the Slayer thingy, you get Enhancement Runes Incomparable, which are scaled to your level. So basically, I can just take that character, or take that, and put it on Tarvelard, and I can start leveling up a little bit better. So I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. Nice. I thought about downloading it again.
King Alistar desires to speak with you in the Tower of Ecthelion.
But I feel like I've been away long enough from it that I probably end up restarting again. So it's like a little bit annoying. Okay, so I'm going to say this, obviously.
There you are.
I have already done the story. So therefore we are going to be not reading through it. We are going to be trying to speed up, especially because we're a little bit behind. Because of... you know, this is chapter 1. Chapter 1's been out for like 6 months now, or 7 months, so we're a little bit behind. But yeah.
Well, they are not my worries alone, dear one.
Only because there's a lot of dialogue. We are still going to have to be sat here for ages, like listening and listening and listening. And I want to see how far I can get, because my biggest hurdle so far, and I think I'm probably not alone on this, is the shipmates quest. That quest has been like the thorn in my side for actually me getting into like the actual Umbar area.
Aye, to be certain. We witnessed the death of their leader Balakor at Pelagia.
I didn't know you could do that. Or couldn't do that, I guess.
His end at the cold blade.
I think that is one good thing. Like, I see people occasionally mention it, but yeah, it is nice that for the most part, you can go, obviously excluding going inside buildings and outside buildings, you just, not having loading screens is a pretty, like, cool thing. And I think I'm kind of spoilt in that regard, where having excessive loading screens, like, frustrates me then. That's actually one thing that I got frustrated with Starfield when I was playing it, is that I felt like there was a lot of loading, do a thing, go to an area, loading, go there, go inside, loading, like, you know.
When these 3 return with tidings that the heirs are truly defeated, then I will.
Yeah, I thought about going back. I mean, I have, unless like more has come out, I haven't really kept up with expansion releases, but I did decide to just like buy all the expansions. There was some sort of pack that you could just buy, and it was everything at the time. So other than just having the subscription, I do have like all the content. I don't know what level I got to or anything like that. I don't know if I've still got the app. There's like an app thing, right? I don't know what it's called. Oh, I just looked up final, and I don't think I have it. It's immersion. I didn't dislike Starfield. I just... I played it a lot, and I never finished it, mind. But especially with Bethesda games, I feel like I don't finish them. Like, I never do the main story. I'm more for the just random exploration and, you know, all that jazz. So I haven't actually done the entire story. I might one day. I saw one, which was about the, like, empty planets.
You are here to help. That is good.
And be like, oh, well, you know, not every planet's going to have something amazing on it. Or something along those lines. There was some comment similar to that. Being like, not every planet's, like, this super important thing. And some are going to be barren and empty. It's just like, you know, all that jazz. I do occasionally get stuff about, you know, how it's getting, you know, updates and whatever. And like, map and things like that. I didn't really mind not having the map. Because you may not believe this because how much I bring the map up in this game, but I do try and like not use the map when possible. I just have a weird like nervous, almost like a tick of just pressing M. All I need to do is rebind the map to a different key, like Z, and I will stop it. I just have this weird thing where I press M a lot. Yeah, that's the one I saw. I don't know who wrote that and thought, you know what? We're going to get a good response out of this. Do you know the good thing, though, about doing this super late? Is I can actually kill the rats. I still remember the day we came here. Getting rats was hard, to say the least.
Well, it's about time Orphanar sent someone to help me.
But yeah, I want to try and do a bunch of side content stuff because, you know, starting on just the epic can slow you down a little bit. Oh, I just realized that's not going to work. Just because you don't level up as fast. And I think doing the side stuff will just like, I want to get to 141 because that's a reforge. That obviously makes sense. 141 is also new essences, new gear, all that jazz. And if we can get there before we get to chapter 2, that's ideal because, you know, chapter 2 is where 141 starts happening. We get new armor. I was about to say we get new weapons, but we won't. I don't know if I'll make myself a chisel. I have the base recipe to make the chisel. That makes sense. But I don't have... No, I do have the 150 as well. I am playing on Evernight. That is my server of choice. Right. Yeah, I don't know if I would ever stream like Starfield. I don't know. The thing with Starfield is that at least the best thing about Starfield, and this isn't me just saying it was a bad game, because I don't think it was necessarily a bad game. I just think maybe a bit overhyped. But it did diagnose a very fundamental problem with my computer. So, you know. So the problem with streaming something newer like Starfield is my PC isn't like super up to date. Like I don't need it to be like massively new for it to handle Lotro, obviously. But streaming like a newer game, like a 2023 game, it can be a little bit more taxing on my hardware because, you know, I am in need of a little upgrade, but, you know, I've been able to put it off until now. So it already uses like all my GPU or whatever. Obviously, I can limit frame rate and stuff. Which there's two ways to fix that. Either finally sort out a streaming, like a secondary streaming PC, which I used to have actually, and then I got bored of using it because it was more work than it was worth, or upgrade. And I think at the minute I have more ability to just make a streaming PC. I've got the capture card. I just need to sort out my audio stuff, and then technically I could do it. They'll just turn into everything I normally do, which is just stealth. Get a... I can't remember what game I was playing recently. Oh, who was I talking to? Talking to someone from work, and I was talking about a game that I was playing. And, I was like, yeah, no, I just end up stealthing and It wasn't Lego Star Wars. Though I do need to go on Lego Star Wars. I could just look at my desktop, in theory. Or just in my games folder. It was Cyberpunk 2077. That was it. Where I just was like, I did the generic thing I do with Skyrim where I'm like, I'm gonna be a marauder. I'm gonna get an axe or whatever. And then I end up getting or I was like, I'm gonna use the gorilla arms thing where I just punch people to death. And then I just end up getting in Skyrim, I just get a bow. Or, in Cyberpunk, I just get a pistol with a silencer, and then I just sneak around everything, and yeah. But it's difficult for me to not do that.
Have you done it then? Ah, yes.
Yeah.
You can see from here our king's banners flying.
One day, I'll break the curse. These rats are tough. This rat is harder than Creamiel. Always time to log into Lotro. Except I say that and I've actually been really bad at playing Lotro recently. To be fair, in my defense, I had a really good stint of playing like every day, being really efficient. And then, annoyingly, my favorite festival comes along, and that normally coincides with, although it's my favorite festival, kind of a lack of both time and motivation. Not only through work, but also I actually didn't stream the last few days because I was actually like ill. I like struggled to get out of bed. I think the thing with Yule is the only thing I haven't done is both, well, two things I haven't done: consumables and the mission to bring good cheer. But I know I can't do mission to bring good cheer this year. I have to wait until next year it happens, because I just physically don't have enough time. And because of that, I'm like, oh well, I've got to wait until next year anyway. I don't have to do it every day, because no matter what, I'm not going to get it. And I think I already have enough tokens for the consumables. But yeah, Yule is my favorite festival, but it's just, yeah. Sometimes when you're waiting for Barrett Noel for like 10 minutes and then you go back to him and then you get back to him and he's respawned and then someone runs and get it. So you're like, I can't remember what the consumables are for Yule Festival. But because it's Feyrand that we're doing stuff on, we have to get all, like, we have to go and get all those items, right? Where we're like, was it? I just looked up like Snow Jar, for example. And then if you get that and you do that like 300 times, you get the like infinite use skill to use it whenever. But the good thing about that is I can buy them and then just, I slowly, what was I saying? Yeah, I slowly have to just use them up. Oh yeah, I need to get the Sublime things. I'm being like weird about it because I kind of just didn't want to. Not that I didn't want to get it. I want to get it because I'm kind of locked in. Okay, it's gonna sound worse than it is, but I normally, no matter what, will like buy like supporter packs. I pretty much said, like, I've gone out and said, if a supporter pack's not gonna go out, unless it's like super out of the way, like awkward or like over expensive, I'm gonna probably get it. Not only because it's like, it's mostly for like the horses and for the completionists and stuff, but yeah, there's also the supporting the game sort of thing, right? I just kind of forgot this one because when the supporter packs are just on the support, like the website, and it's like, yeah, you can just buy the supporter pack and it's this much, like 20 quid. It's like, oh yeah, it's not so bad. But when it's like, oh, it's Lotro points, and then in theory you can farm the Lotro points, but really what they want you to do is buy the Lotro points. But then it's like, it's that annoying thing where it's not, it doesn't line up with the amount of Lotro points you can buy, if that makes sense. Like, let's say it's 7,000, which is 6,995 for the best one, or the highest tier one. And then you would have to buy, like, 10,000, for example. I can't remember. I know there's quite a bit of controversy. Well, not quite a bit. I've been trying to browse the forums a little bit more, but there is a lot of, I think, negativity at the minute due to the expansion and also the Sublime stuff. So I'm trying to not, like, be negative, like, mentally, like, look at it and be like, oh, blah, blah. But, yeah, I think a few people are like, wow, that's really expensive. I love the Rakish one. The Rakish one is my favorite frame, honestly. One of my favorite, like, I think the Rakish is the one with the staff, right? So my favorite staff in the game, unless I find it one I like better. My favorite staff, my favorite frame, pretty, like, top tier, like, pretty decent cosmetic. I won't say it's the best cosmetic ever, because Fair End exists. But, yeah. It's just a bit like, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of, like, passive Lotro point farming, because when I've been doing Bjornings, every of my Bjornings, yeah, every one of my Bjornings gets, like, 5 Lotro points for getting to level 10, and then I get, like, 15 Lotro points for doing the Journal of Captain Rabgul and the, what was the other thing? The Cartographile. And as soon as it gets to, I think, the Harvest Festival, I'll have that bumped up to 25 Lotro points per person. Because ideally what I would like to do is, if I'm farming Bjornings anyway, and I'm getting 4 loot boxes out of every Bjorning, and potentially getting, like, some, you know, good stuff, and I'm getting, let's say, 30 Lotro points a piece, and I don't know, maybe even doing reputation with them, and that's like an extra 100. Every, like, what is it? Every, like, 6 Bjornings without rep is like a black steel key that I can open for what is essentially free, which I think is a decent way of looking at it. Like, I'm not actively seeking it out, but it's like, oh well, I've got this extra Lotro points that I'm getting. I just don't really understand why it's a time limited thing. Like, I do fundamentally understand why it's a time limited thing, but I don't think, because there's the whole scarcity thing, right? Where people will be like, you don't want people getting double points to buy it, really, like that in their head from their perspective. But I'm like, at the end of the day, it's just more money, right? There might be people that are waiting to get paid or you know, give themselves a little treat for like Christmas or whatever. Yeah, and then tomorrow I think is when it's not available anymore, right? Oh, Shoddy Stone, that's why. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird for it to come straight after an expansion, in my opinion. That's one sort of odd thing. I don't want to read into it too much. I know some people are like, oh, they're releasing it after the expansion, so the expansion clearly did poorly. I'm like, eh. Well, they were just thought, hey, Christmas, you know? I think some people are a bit on the offensive a bit too quickly nowadays. I don't know why. If Palpateen goes in the water, does he technically, like, is he not just going to electrocute himself? Would you not think? Like, I can use lightning attacks in water. If I was in line of sight. There you go. See? Am I not electrocuting myself right now? Or am I immune to electricity? Oh no. How's it work? Do you know how much I would love for an actual, like, proper chain lightning skill? Yeah, the water's always been like weirdly good. I don't know why. Like, I'll completely admit that, yeah, there are things. I look at some of these sections and I'm like, wow, that's like, even if I know this would probably be a controversial take, but I'm surprised they haven't sort of taken some of the textures and just used like AI upscaling, and just gone that route, and then sort of just drag and drop replace sort of thing. Because that's very like, that feels like a texture looking at it that's just very like stretched out, if you get what I'm saying. It's kind of very out of place in my opinion. Yeah, it's always been so weird to me that the water has been like noticeably better than most of the rest of the game. I think it would help because from my understanding, from what I've heard, and I don't know how true this is because again, I could be totally off base with this, but I remember hearing a thing, and I'm pretty sure it was from Cordovan on a stream one day. That they were talking about, like, occasionally they talk about what they're hiring and stuff, being like, oh, we're hiring this, this, and this. And I think they were talking about, like, some of the textures being, like, painted rather than, like, painted textures, is I think how it was described. And I think painted stuff might actually sort of benefit more from, like, AI sort of stuff. I think, like, the bigger textures, like, you know, the more noticeable ones, like the ground textures, could benefit from it. I think there was originally talks about redoing these textures back when there was the whole, like, Lotro 2 was what everybody was talking about. And then they went, yeah, we're gonna just do it bit by bit. An angry buzzing fills the air. Well, if I can run away quickly, I can't. So good. I was attacking in the inspection site, so didn't even try. They are raid boss wasps. They are. They are the top tier wasps.
Impossible!
Impossible.
A weakling like you defeated the Wolf Master?
I would love to defeat the Wolf Master again. Kind of brings I was about to sort of mention this anyway, but it kind of leads me into it. I always thought, and I've talked about this many times before, I really feel like sometimes Lotro could do with like a new game plus of sorts. And I don't mean it as in like start from scratch or whatever, but could you imagine if you went back and you started doing like Shadow of Angmar, but it was like 140? Well, I think we talked about it in instances and stuff, but I want to face the Wolfmaster as a 140 or a 150. Even if it was like a separate server. Like you transfer a level capped character over. Oh, really bad hiccups right now. And then, you know, you could be 150 and deal with Miss Oakhart, everybody's favorite person. And by everybody's favorite person, I mean clearly my favorite person. I have no idea where this other bit of waterlogged fabric is. Normally, I don't have trouble with this quest. Exactly, Oakhart. We love some Oakhart. That's actually the reason the camera is blurred, so you can't see the body pillow. You know. I'm gonna get... Is it really all the way over there? I kind of knew that, but I kind of didn't, if that made sense. Ridiculous. I think we should one day revisit Sarah Oakart. I actually really wish there was more... Like, I don't necessarily think there needs to be, but I do wish there was a bit more, like... information about Sarah Oakart. Like, pre-story. Because most of it is illegible, you know, technically. I mean, Sarah Oakart is, or was, like, just a legitimate person. Before becoming a disguise and all that. I like to imagine that the real Sarah Oakart is just like a sprinter, like she running around rabid everywhere.
You did it!
Never tiring of energy.
I hope you're not too waterlogged yourself.
That's what I imagine.
Return.
Cool.
Did you find and destroy many of the Imperial?
Given all
How goes the work?
these,
Gimli and I have made ourselves useful.
Bothered by it?
I think these quests aren't too big a deal because, like, yeah, we're getting experience, but we're not actually getting anything good. We were getting, you know, semi-decent, you know, gear for 140, but we are halfway, or almost halfway through 140 already. One good thing, though, is this actually a semi-decent way of getting some Delvers, like, teal Delvers essences, because, pretty sure that is a thing that you get, at least at the very end, you get one of those. I think there's 2 quests that give you it, and I was like, I'm gonna keep those because eventually Feyrand is gonna need that. I still think there is a small chance that Feyrand will be moving on from 105 by the end of the year. Or like at the beginning of next year, I think. Because we're nearly done. Like I gave him a little bit of a break for a while because, I know, repetitive stuff. But I spent just a morning doing Slayer and he's completed all his Slayer deeds. The only thing he has to do now is these, the Leaders Beneath the Hills, which I might just pop on some half-an-hour Slayer accelerators on for, just speed it up a little bit. And then just do those dailies. And then the herbalism stuff is going to take a while, but I'll probably move on and just do those in the meantime. And I think it's not a terrible idea. And then hopefully it doesn't take us a whole year to get through Mordor. That would be a little bit... I mean, at least it is 10 levels this time. We were only 5 levels for North Ithilien, but there was actually quite a lot of content there because... that was the era of quest packs, right? Where we had like 7 quest packs for 5 levels before we, you know, or like, was it like 3 years of quest packs from Helm's Deep? Until Mordor. You can also start picking up some admittedly useless enhancement runes.
You look as though the war
But,
a stroke on you.
I don't know. If I can
War has taken the
store
heart
these in my
He idles in his work and is
my carryall, I don't see why
Stay a
not.
moment. Stay a moment.
Stay a moment.
What can I do for you?
Oh, what's this? Ghost didn't do the thing I asked him to do. Hopefully that doesn't do much. I still have a weird cough. I don't really know why. I think I'm just
Would
still...
you do something for
I think
me?
I'm on the edge of being ill still. Like, I'm still... I'm coming off of the illness. I don't really know what's wrong with me, but we'll see. But hopefully it doesn't affect us too much tonight, because we don't have all the time tonight, because I do have to get up even earlier than normal on a Wednesday, like an extra 2 hours. So probably finish off like 4 hours in or something, which is, you know, to be fair, is a decent amount of time, you know. We can make progress there. As long as I get to 141, which is guaranteed, unless something horrible goes wrong, then I'm pretty happy with progress, because that means I can start working on legendaries. I will have to be having a look at my legendaries and if I've got any low level ones. I think all of these, because they're 490, I think all of these are 121. Ah, no, 121 to 140. Ah, no. All my legendaries are gonna go out the window. No, this is actually bad. I don't know if I want to level up now. I have a slight problem. Okay, we'll have to see, and then worst case scenario, I will just have to go to some basic, you know, rares or something. I think I have a decent amount of ancient script at the minute. I have 4,400, so if I go uncommons for a bit, then I'm sure it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And I don't know, maybe this new gear will help us through everything. Though, we've got to actually get to the new gear first. Unfortunately, I think a sort of decent amount of quests seem to focus on, like, here's a bow, here's a sword, you know, or a dagger or whatever. And it's not really going to help us. Like, at all. I actually did a really silly thing the other day where, so I have Afka, who is my mini, is 143 at the moment, and is also going through this current content, you know, slowly getting there. I mean, I think Peligir at the minute. No, I'm in Dol Amroth at the minute. But I decided to just go and do the Black Grave on Tarvelard just to see what it gave me. I don't particularly need anything. I'm pretty happy with Tarvelard's gear at the moment. I was like, oh, let's have a look. I'll do a 150. And I got a sword. And I noticed it had no, like, main stat. So I was like, oh, cool. Vitality, Fate, etc. Whatever. Crit. I think it had outgoing healing. So I was like, oh, I'll send it to my mini. Totally forgetting that mini doesn't have an offhand sword. So I don't know why I thought that that was a thing. I feel like I mixed up mini and Lawmaster for some reason. Because Lawmaster can have an offhand. However, I don't really know how I did that when I have nowhere near a 150 Lawmaster. So, I might be going slightly crazy, apparently. Why is this quest really weirdly difficult? I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure down here is where the walks are. It's just weird for it to show all this area. I get why it does it. I think there's a landscape quest over here as well. I guess we shall see. Cool. These better be counting. Yes, they are. Good. I think this is where all the wargs are. I think. Is it wargs or is it goats? Nope, there's just a lot of goats here. Is goats a slayer? Nope. That's pretty useless. Well, okay. It's down here, I think. I have a goat. Look at it. It's a very basic goat. It's probably like the easiest goat to obtain. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I knew there was a quest. So I need to defeat 10 wargs in this area. And I feel like someone may have been here already because I see no wargs for me to kill. There is someone here. Should we give them a hand? They are invincible, so maybe they don't need it, but we'll see. Oh, well, they don't need me doing that. That's... okay. Sure, why not? If I can't be in a fellowship with Ghost, I'll be in a fellowship with this person. Why is it doing that mouse thing again? I thought I got that fixed. Ew, I'm going to grab the corpse. I think I have to share though. No, you can't do that. Sure, I'm going to roll for those. They're probably going to pass them. Oh, they rolled on both of them. I think. They rolled on the hides and then they passed on the things. Think about Lindral. Never forgive you. Think about your level 13 champion. Okay, I don't know if this guy's doing Slayer or if he's doing whatever, but I'm gonna go leave now. Thanks for your help, though. That was appreciated. The thing is, I've just got to say, guys, just saying, if you had done it when I originally suggested, you wouldn't have had this issue. It would have already been done. It's been like a month. That's all I'm saying. See, because you don't have the expansion yet, though. I mean, you can maybe focus on Palpateen. That might be worthwhile use of your time.
Leave me be, Wanderer. I have no word for you.
You gotta be quick, because otherwise, very soon. I mean, what level is Palpateen, right? 115, right? So, with Feyran planning to be 115 soon. Well, like, beginning of the year. Area. Then, we're catching up. Also them, you know. Then I can finally level up my other character.
Rummaging through my belongings. I said leave at once.
Where's my other building stuff? I honestly wonder, and I don't really want to do this, but I do wonder can I skip specifically to Umbar? Like, can I go into Umbar, work my way backwards most likely, but can I go to Umbar and go to the Shield Isles, for example, and just start the epic from there? Because that's the bit of the epic that I actually really enjoy, honestly. Whereas the, like, preparing bits, like, up to chapter whatever, 6 or whatever it is a bit slow. Oh, it also brings up a very, very good question. So Palpatine was played through normally. Yeah, I know. Renaborn he's already 150, but I've stopped going through the epic because I am on the gathering the crew quest, and I just don't want to. That is fun. Like, honestly, that is the worst quest. And maybe I'm exaggerating, but right now for me is the worst quest in the game. And I might be over exaggerating because, like, it's more fresh in my mind. But I kind of feel that way. But as I was saying, this character has been played properly, and we you know, didn't really skip anything. I don't even think. Oh, we might have skipped something. No, I think we're fine. Because it's volume 3, book 2. And then it's... Is it volume 3, book 2? Okay, let's just look up Halros. Oh, it's book 1. Okay, Halros should go, right? Which means Halros is gone, right? So he is gone with the company. Now, I need to check volume 4, book 2, chapter 12. No, 4, book 12. The Darkest City, I think. No? Oh, which one is it? Is it field? Battle on field. On the field of red. Haha. Okay, I have done that. So, this character should have done everything correctly, in my opinion, and should have driftwood, but like the driftwood I want. No offense to driftwood, other driftwood.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I started with the one down here for the bird. Because I was like, I hated going back and forth. But there has to be a properly efficient way. I know you're supposed to do that last so you can get to Pelagear and sort it from there. But I'm just like, I don't know. Once I get through it, like I just have to grit my teeth, do it. And then once it's done, it's done. I think I was spoiled, though, doing it on Tarvelard first. Because Tarvelard, I immediately got the travel skills, and it sped it up significantly. Playing on, like, Palpatine, for example, where I have no travel skills. However, by the time I get there, I should be able to afford the hour-long ones. Yeah, it's not great. I think I was also doing it on a day where server lag was higher than normal. So I was getting a lot of rubber banding, and I was like, I do not want to do this. Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, it is genuinely a horrible quest. But the thing that's worse is I might hopefully be one of the only people that feel like this. But for the sake of completeness, like, I have a rule to myself with the expedition quests, for example, in Mirkwood and Moria, where I have to do them on a character that I'm going to keep because I can't go back and do them. In my head, because it unlocks more quests and I think more gear, have to get every ship, crewmate, whatever. Because you can only do like 5, right? But I feel like I have to do all, like, 10. Is it 10 of them? I don't actually know. That's as well. That's a thing. Like, if there's a, yeah, there's a thing, like, I imagine in the future, especially the whole Driftwood thing, where it's, like, years, you know, you got a level, what, let's say 145 quest that is having repercussions from level 65 and 105. Like, I think there's a high chance, and I might be wrong with this, where taking the minimum amount of crew gives you one outcome. There'll be like 3 outcomes, right? Where you take a minimum amount of crew, all the crew, or like not all of them, but not the minimum. Like, let's say there's 10, so take 5, 7, or 10, right? All minimum or in the middle somewhere. I am gonna guess there is gonna be some sort of like 3 different outcomes. Where, like, you know, this character dies because we didn't have enough. I'm imagining it like the end of Mass Effect 2, right? That's where I'm getting it in my head. Where, you know, you got to do all the friendship things and like assign people to the right places and whatever. That's where, like, my brain's going with it. Alright, you finally done? Cool. Oh, I gotta go all the way over here. At least I have a war scheme. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And I assume it will be like the good ending or whatever. Maybe I'll with like one character do the minimum just to see what the difference is. I don't know who I want to do that with. I really should do though. I've just remembered. I definitely need to finish my tracery character. I might start another one. So one tracery character can get me 12 tracery tokens, and I think for someone like Palpatine, getting like 12 teal tokens is going to be more than enough for them. I don't need golds on Palpatine. Whereas like Tav-Alad, I would like to get golds eventually. But characters that are more passive in their completion and stuff. Though we'll see. It depends on what comes out soon that gives us the ability to get teals, like other than missions, which is I think pretty much it at the moment.
My beloved Melneath.
I was disappointed to find out that I had not, like, chosen the right thing. Because I have always had Halaros go. However, with Tav-Alad, I skipped that quest because in my mind, I was just trying to get to max level again as quickly as possible. And I didn't think there was going to be any repercussions from it. Like, I knew what happened with Horn if you didn't send Halaros. Like, I got that. But I didn't really see... It felt like they'd forgotten about that whole, you know, that trio. So I was like, oh, it's not going to matter. I didn't even think about it. And, come on, hurry up. Okay, I think I can actually leave now. But yeah, I just skipped it. You did it? I am very proud of you, Ghost. I should have just told you I'd give you gold. How much gold do I have, Ghost? Let's find out. How much does Faerun have? So I have 182 on gold. You have to pay. Pay what? Or is it just like they check your card? I have 671 on there. Yaimio apparently has 162 gold. Why is it not showing on here then? That's weird. I have like a couple hundred gold on my Beornings as well, so... Yeah, what did you have to pay for? Oh, right. Ran out of email space. Why didn't you just delete some emails?
Thank you so much for everything you've done, Traveler. My father has a renewed sense of spirit and vigor. He has found purpose.
I occasionally just go through my unreads. I have like 296 unreads at the minute. But a lot of them are like Twitch. So every time I finish Twitch, like streaming on Twitch, I get like Twitch sending me an email summary, like a stream summary, and then I also get Streamlabs or Stream Elements. Yeah, Stream Elements sending me a stream summary. So I get like double, like every day. But I used to go through my email. I still sort of do. I just haven't done it in a while. And periodically, I'd go through like emails, like something I wouldn't care about. Like, I don't know. Something with Spotify, right? Where it's trying to get me to buy Spotify Duo or whatever. And I'd go and like, you can right click it and you can go, you know, find emails from Spotify. And I just delete everything from whoever that I didn't want.
Would you do something for me?
My favorite thing to do though, honestly, is I like to just go on my spam occasionally. I just find it really funny. I get a lot of fake emails being like, your RuneScape account has had their email changed.
Greetings, stranger. You are timely.
Like, yeah, what? Your email address is successfully updated. A lot of them are like American, so it's like, save $15 on this thing, and I'm like, okay. Crypto Mafia. That's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, people try, like... I have had people actually try, and I've gotten actual emails from, like, RuneScape being like, this account, you know, has tried to be logged in. Was this you? If not, blah, 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 blah. And I was like... The game I don't play and do not let myself play is looking after me more than Lotro is. Because we talked about it ages ago about the whole, like, you know, lack of two-factor authentication and whatever. But I genuinely had a little scare the other day because I logged in and I went on Renaborn and I was in Evendim. You know, like in Tinadir in Evendim, where like all the crafting stuff is, right? So like this zone up here, right? That bit there. I was just there and I could not for the life of me remember doing that. I do not remember going there. Or I didn't at the time. And I was like, oh my god, someone logged into my account. Like I was checking my vault and stuff. Because Renaborn is... If you were to log into my account... please don't. But if you were to log into my account, Renaborn is the first character that will show up. Because he alphabetically is higher than Tarvelard. And he is also 150 like Tarvelard. So he shows up first. So I was like, oh, if someone's going to do that, they're going to like log in to him. And then I realized what had actually happened is I have been running around trying to collect or like level up my prospector, and I was just in Evendim doing that. And I think I was there to process the ores, but it was like a week prior, and I was very confused and slightly concerned. I think more than slightly. I genuinely got a little concerned, like worried. Thought Ghost was hacking me. It's like I couldn't play Lotro myself, so I played as you. You gonna play on my account? Never. I actually have space now. Thank you very much. I have been a good boy, and I have deleted some of my Bjornings. I know, shock horror. But basically, I decided every Bjorning that is currently over level 20 and I've opened loot boxes on, I'm going to delete so they're not taking up space. And then I'm going to slowly get through the list, and then that's it. That's what we're going with. And then I decided to change gear and start leveling up to higher levels, like 58. So I have 2 higher level Bjornings. But again, it's all for a good cause, because I am after teal enhancement runes, which are a little bit harder to get at the moment. Plus Lotro points. Plus, every character I get to 45, Bjorning-wise, I get my 12 tracery tokens. So my completionist characters that I've been, playing with, I can technically go and get all their legendaries at level 50 to teal without having to farm for the tokens, technically. Not that I have the ancient script for that. Actually, I do. I have the ancient script just in coffers. Right, I need to find archers. That's what I'm after. And when I eventually get the River Hobbit thing, I will have an extra character slot anyway. But I have yet to buy the River Hobbit thing because I don't know, just not been motivated to get it. As far as I'm aware, it's not going to go away, so I'm not in a rush. But I will still eventually get it. One day. I just don't want to buy... I don't even know how much it is. It's like 8,000 or something, isn't it? Oh, I got Valar to 140. 8995. Is that the max one? Yeah. Like, that's fine if I wanted to get the, River Hobbit in the character. But I think if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. Get the superior one, and then get the Mithril coins, the 20,000 ledger experience, the cosmetic, the frame, the aura, like all that stuff. Okay, I am done. I want to see, these loot boxes I'm picking up, are they level 20 ones? They are. Interesting. That is good to know. And we are almost 141, and I'm a little bit worried for it, because the moment we hit 141, my legendaries are basically duds. Which is a little concerning. Except maybe some of them. I think this one... Yeah, this goes up to 150. So... I don't know. Half and half. Might be fine. I'm hoping by getting the teal stuff, like this stuff, it'll balance out enough for my tactical mastery. But I don't know what the cap changes do at 141.
You upheld your side of the bargain. I have done the same.
I think one thing is some of the travel, like for me. Like especially, my biggest one is definitely the like Gondor portion. Like I enjoy the Umbar part of it, but I don't really enjoy the Gondor part of it as much. At least epic wise. I think side content, like questing wise, is fine in Gondor, but epic is a bit of a slog. But yeah, I think, actually, I was going to say, I think I leveled up Reneborn through that. What I actually did with Reneborn was, I actually got him quite high level through instance farming, because I was trying to complete the reward track before it finished, the previous reward track. So that's kind of where a lot of his experiences come from, and I had like double XP thing, because something I got told, which is quite interesting, is the double XP tomes that you can get, right? My mouse is so broken. These things affect experience from monster kills, item experience from monster kills, just not from quests. So I was basically told there's an instance. I can't remember what it's called. I know where it is. I don't know what it's called. Basically, it was an instance that you can do, and apparently it's really good for like, Thikil Gundu, that one. Apparently it's really good for density of enemies, for champion and stuff. So I was doing that with Reneborn and getting through it, and I got him up like, because I was using a 200%, so triple experience. So I was leveling up pretty decently as well. And that's kind of why I got so much experience suddenly. And then I just went to Umbar with the travel, item that I've got from the expansion. I traveled with that thing, and then I just went and did some of the very simple 150, 149, 150 quests with, quadruple experience from the bonus experience and the double XP, and leveled up. So I actually haven't leveled them up through missions. I think the first few times I try not to. I have like my main characters that I want to make sure I've done the epic with. But now I need to get him through the epic, getting the, like, he's using his 140 gear still. And I want to get the 141 gear, and then the rare gear from the epic. And then eventually I'll make the crafted gear. The thing holding me back from crafted gear at the minute is the Umbari ingots. For that, like, earring, the 140 earring, whichever one, I can't remember what it's called, but I've got it on Tarvelard. This one, the Umbari Guild earring of the Forceful Sea Star. To make that is like 20 or 30 ingots, which is a lot more than I have. Well, I had 30, I think. I don't have enough for 2 sets. But then I've got to make that for... I've got to make that for Tarvelard. I've got to make it for Reneborn. I've got to make the other earrings for Palpateen and Afka. And then I've got to make the physical mastery earrings again for Skarshu.
Gimli is right. This camp might have been made by anyone. Balakor need not have survived.
I'm not like...
Those who believed in
I don't dislike the essence stuff too much. But I think it's because I'm still in the mentality of, like, Feyran's at 105, so I'm kind of used to it. It's not been too bad. But, again, I get why people are annoyed by it. I don't think it's as bad in my head right now. But I kind of just don't care about the essence gear at the minute. Like, not essence gear, but, like, the upgraded gear, because it feels like such a hassle to grind out to get the highest tier ones. Like, I can get the uncommon ones that have 2 essence slots now, but it's not as good as what I have crafted at 150. So I'm like, oh, what's the point in bothering? And then I just have to wait until... Yeah, I think I understand sort of the whole vital thing, but at the same time, like primary vital, whatever. But I find it really weird. I don't know anybody in my head, unless they have not kept up with changes to the game, which is easy to do. I can't think of anybody right now in my head that would put Fate over Vitality on a vital slot.
Did Balakor survive the war?
Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing a very, like, obvious use for it, but Fate is, in my opinion, kind of a dead stat now. Like, I've got Fate, sure, but and I'm getting it from, like, whatever passives in here and blah 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 blah. But yeah, it just feels kind of useless to me. I do remember Fee-Man the 7th. I miss him every day. I should probably reforge now, shouldn't I? Oh, I got a drop. Not really what I'm after, but whatever. Oh, do I have exactly enough to reforge? So rune satchel. And then rune stone. Cool. So I do actually have enough for that.
Would you do something for me?
Yeah. I know, yeah, it's definitely a grind. Because it wasn't as bad as 105, because 105 I think was 4. And then 3 for jewelry, I think. Or 2 or 3 for jewelry, but if you're getting 5 on every piece. Obviously right now, not that it makes it necessarily any better, we don't even have a full set of gear at the moment. Which is a bit silly in my opinion. But I don't even think there's a craftable weapon at the moment. For the, like, guild, that is. But I'm willing to wait for it at the moment because I do understand that hopefully at least, the intent is it's a framework to build off of, not necessarily the end game. However, I feel like if it's a framework to work off of, it almost would have been better to start off with some, like, apprentice lower level gear and maybe use that to test out the idea first. But then I also understand that people would probably be like, oh, we want new 150 gear. We don't want level 7 gear. So I think it was a little bit of a lose-lose situation. That's why I'm not really one to be grinding for, like, traceries and stuff. Like, I know people run Doom to get rare tracery, like legendary traceries and stuff, but I'm just like, I think one of the things is you don't have the choice. I feel like sometimes if there was like, oh, you can choose which tracer you want, it wouldn't be so bad. Or if they just give you a token, probably be better for stuff like that. But having it where you're like, oh, you got to run it. I swear, every time I do, every time I, like, do School of Thammirdine, I'm not actively looking out to get, I'm not actively looking to get traceries from it. But I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get one. And then, yeah, I get, like, I'm a hunter and I get incoming healing or outgoing healing or whatever. Or I'm getting, block or parry or all those ones. And I'm like, I do not want these. I feel like, and this might be, like, conspiracy theory-esque, but I honestly think they must be weighted heavier towards getting those ones. Like, the more useless ones, in my opinion. Obviously, they're useful for, like, tank, in theory, but I feel like a majority of people want the, like, precision or ascendant flame. The amount of ascendant frost I've got, and I don't even think frost is still...
I heard you.
I don't even think you can do any frost skills except Essence of Winter. Right? Flurry of Words, sorry. No, I get that. I'm just saying, like, as an example, I just feel like the less used are weirdly, like, weighted higher. Because I just want people to grind more. Which I get,
you may have a
but it is
clue to the
frustrating.
whereabouts of Rendis. We'll give it here.
Occasionally, some people will be like, they just want us to grind, as if it's some, like, epiphany they've had, which I always find quite funny because, like, I'm pretty sure they've come out and said, it's fundamentally, I think everybody knows that they want you to grind out stuff because in between content that's not coming out. That just makes sense. However, like, it's a bit over the top sometimes. I mean, I'm pretty sure they said that about Brawler. I remember a stream where Cordovan was asked, like, why Brawler, basically? I think the question was along the lines of, why release a new class now after the last class that was released was, like, Warden Bjorning? Well, no, Bjorning, and then before that was Warden and Runecooper. I'm pretty sure the words were to the effect of, it allows people that want something to do, basically. It gives people a reason to make another character and put more time into it. Like, words to those effect.
Randy's? Why, I haven't seen her in weeks.
I mean, yeah, that's the entire reason. Like, I actually was running Doom of Carascalibrin not for the Tracery, actually, but I was actually doing it for the Shield, for Feyrand. We were trying to set up that to be a higher tier, because I wanted to see, like, oh, is this going to be a new best in slot shield and stuff? And that was probably some of the, you know, more
So,
enthusiastic
I was behind the shoddy stone.
times.
That does not surprise me.
And I grinded out for a long time, actually, to get cosmetics. And I feel like a lot of gear nowadays is kind of like
Dingasi sent me to check
slightly
on
bland
things.
looking, very
Seems
generic.
like you have already handled the situation.
That's why I think Isengard is still my favorite expansion, because again, not only is it my favorite, I won't necessarily say my favorite bit of the story, but I really enjoy the story. I really enjoy the instances. I enjoy Dunland as a whole, so that's part of, you know, that's my favorite Eriador region. And also, it has my favorite looking cosmetic in it that I was able to grind out on instances. And also my favorite cloak. That's why I really, really need to finally sort out using... wherever they are. These two things. I need one more. And a load of Drygog scales. And then I wanna have one of every shimmering cloak available to me in my wardrobe. I think that would be great. But yeah, the moment I found out I was able to grind out that gear, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
You return. Tell me what you've discovered.
I think that's why the reward track
Randy's
wasn't that
found.
appealing to me last
I
season.
know for sure there were no parties or gatherings.
Megovanen.
Deditor, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, I think the reward track last time wasn't as appealing to me, simply because the final item, minus the repeatable, was an item I already had. And it's difficult for me, because I've mentioned how I think they should... Like, I've had people ask me about the Isengard Dispeller armor. Be like, oh, how did you get that? And I go, oh, yeah, it was a VIP thing between this time and this time, so unfortunately unavailable. And I've talked about how I think they should make stuff like that available periodically again, like, because it feels harsh to be like, oh, I started recently and that's a really cool armor, but I can never get it because I didn't start playing early enough. So on one side I got that, but on the other side I'm like, I've already got this item. I really kind of don't care about it. Right, though. I need to have a look. Oh, so much stuff is out of date. It's painful. I'm pretty sure I lose the... Do I lose the stats or do I just lose the 5% stuff? I can't actually remember. I was supposed to look at my stats before and after I leveled, but I totally forgot to. Yeah, I can't remember if I lose just the stats or if I lose the, like, cooldown, for example. I'm pretty sure I lose the cooldown. Like, that makes sense. Where's Word of Exaltation? I can't remember what that's called. Or like, Word of Exaltation. I've still got the cooldown, though. Is it just you can't... Okay, I'm not going to question it. I'm fine for the minute. Can't remember how it works. I feel like my stats haven't gone down, though, so it's weird. What am I doing? Oh, shooting badgers. I forgot about this quest. Boop. Boop. And, boop. Okay, so what you're telling me is I'm not allowed to log out at all. So nobody asked me to show off Faerend ever today because, yeah, I think it'll probably do it as well if I wonder if it works if I change any item. Like, I understand where, and I'm pretty sure this is still a thing, where occasionally I'll change my traceries and I'll have to unequip and re-equip for it to actually, like, work. I know that for a fact with at least my Vitality it's been a case. Where I have to unequip and re-equip. But I wonder if I changed, like, my helmet, how that will do it. Luckily for me, my gear is mostly pretty decent at the minute. So... Because, I mean, the mode's gear is 476, 477-ish. So... Too far away? Well... I clicked on it, so if it's too far away, guess what? I want you to go closer when I click on it. That's just how the button works. Don't understand you sometimes. The amount of times I'm on a war steed and I click on an NPC and it's like, you're too far away. I'm like, okay, move closer then. Right. I don't know why I got my horse just to immediately be dismounted, but okie dokes. Do I have more? No, I don't. 22 hours and 45 minutes. I think what we might do now that we're 141 though is I might just do this quest real quick, and then I think the idea is I'll probably primarily focus on the epic for a bit. Just because we can start getting into the 141 gear. And I'm curious to see if the 141 gear is better than what we have on now. Because with Tarvelard, it was delving gear. So I was like, for the most part, it's not because I've got all the essences and stuff. But I think I swapped out a few little things, like jewelry mostly, I think was the big ones. But with this, I haven't got the essences. But I have got... Do I even have essence slots on them? Yeah, I have, like, essence slots on here at least. I did put some basic essences on there. I guess we'll see. I might, though, go to here, because there's a couple easy quests there. They're like, you know, just go feed the animals and go clear up this thing. And then there's a campsite right here where you pick up some grain or whatever and bring it back. So there are a couple easy quests that I might just do to speed up things a little bit. Because ideally I'd like to be, I don't know, a teeny bit ahead. I think it's because when I actually played through originally, I was behind, and then because of that, I wasn't able to equip the like new items immediately. So now, I'm trying to make sure that I'm far enough ahead with everything. One thing I actually want to do though is because again, Palpatine was a mostly played through character, like I'd say casually played through character. It wasn't like, you know, anywhere near to Faerend, for example. But I'm curious. Obviously, I think 90 is currently the max. When I get to having 90, which I think is what, like 145 or something, as my max, I wonder if there's a couple of easy deeds that I can go and complete. Maybe chuck difficulty on to get that extra like 5% or whatever it is. Is it 5% or 20%? I think it's 5%. But like Breland, I think I've done pretty much all of Breland except Execution of the Witch. Well, I've pretty much done, yeah, all of Breland bar that, which doesn't give me virtual experience anyway, and Wildwoods. Deeds of the Shire normally happens. Explorer Slayer. Makes sense. Ered Luin I've always completed because every single character I play pretty much completes that area. I have a couple of these then to do, but most of those are delving, and also they don't really get much. I have half. That's actually not bad. Warg Slayer, Orc Slayer, Craven Slayer, and Bog Lurker Slayer. And Bog Lurker Slayer you can do an instance to complete relatively quickly. So I could get a decent amount of, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12,000 virtue experience plus 5%. Not bad. Same here, though, with Slayers. Explorer. Explorer. But I always get weird about doing Misty Mountains Explorer. No matter how many times I do, oh, I got a Sunstone Shard. Completely useless, but I got a Sunstone Shard. Because I still think that, to my knowledge, to this day, that Sunstone Shards are still not capable of creating Ember-worthy crafts. So, in my mind, useless. Because, like, that was kind of all I care about shards for, honestly. Well, nowadays, I think the gear is a choice. You know, a reason to go for it, but... At least for Sunstone Shards, that's all I saw them as. Potentially being. Evendim. I mean, Explorer of Evendim's probably not that difficult to do. Just a bit time-consuming. And doing quests in it. Also not too bad, I don't think. Explorer of Angmar, Seven Swords Circle of Despair. Not too bad. Plus quests. I just don't like Angmar, so, you know. Now, the real question... Of course, I haven't done that. Real question is Dunland. Why have I not completed Dunland? I mean, I've done Explorer. That's fine. But how have I not completed quests of Dunland? My favorite region. Which is always good to do because I get enhancement runes that are scaled to me. Where's the entrance to this cave? Oh. Obscured. How dare you be obscured. But yeah, I think I need to just spend a day going through. I mean, I don't think you're going to get an answer straight away. Because it is currently 2 o'clock, half 2 for SSG. Which isn't too bad. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of lunch break sort of thing. Or they're potentially catching up. I don't know. You gotta remember, that's why I said do it like a while back, because then by the time you wanted to do it, you know, it would have been done. You should distract yourself. Like, I don't know. Doing something that isn't playing Lotro. What on earth happened here? Why have I got everybody after me? Oh. My throat, I feel like it's getting worse, but it really shouldn't be. Is this the cave with the librarian person in it? I think it is. I think I somehow aggroed, because it's like a winding path. I think I went there, aggroed everything in here. Which is weird. Hi, Rendis. Hi, Rendis. I'm gonna go now before people, you know, attack me. I should make an emergency character. Oh, Ghost, I've got an idea. You know our paired characters that we have? Is there a third name that could be used that you can think of? There's a third name? Or are you just saying you remember? I should make a hunter on my alt account under that name, and then you can just go on that account. And that can be practice. I see no flaw in my plan. Or a champion. You might even get further than level 13. You never know.
These are the crossings of
Or maybe I'll make Palpateen.
Customer the usurper perished long ago.
We'll make another champion.
The blood spilt in these waters during the kin strife changed the lady of Erin.
And
It is a
bomb.
good story so
And
far.
a
little
boom.
unbelievable.
Okay, now I gotta kill 6 enemies, but I'm also making my way back to the other place. Yeah, I'll give you a champion. And then you just delete that character when we're done. Or you make me stay further behind by making myself play 2 characters at the same time. Yeah, but I was going to make him to give to you. Until your account is working. And I were like, hey, can I transfer this character? We'll log into your account, delete your champion, and then you can play. Just not with VIP. That actually sounds like a really good idea. Oh, it's such a trek. So much travel back and forth. What's 13 levels? It's fine. Ay, ay, ay. You're an elf anyway. you don't fight the Wolfmaster. Pretty sure he's an elf. Is he not an elf? Oh, like. Actually, don't know. Are you an elf? Oh. That character is a high elf though.
Greetings.
Gave me an excuse to make a high elf champion. Right, we had 3 quests to give in though. I don't think we get anything particularly amazing out of it because standard 140 quest. And then yeah, I'll make him a hobbit. It's fine. Or a Bjorning. I don't know which will be better. One guy is on this side, one is on the other.
These are quite good.
These are quite good. Of course they're good. They came from me. I don't know what I gave you. I can't remember. It was the plants, I think. And Brunil is on this side. And then, yeah, as I said, we'll go to Halak and we'll continue doing all the other stuff epic-wise. You missed a wedding quest? Well, good news. They're always available.
You return. What news of Rendies?
Okay, in Arnak. You miss me doing the wedding quests. Unfortunately, I've already done them on here. So, and I can't I can't log out because then my stats get reset. So, by logging out, I break this character slightly. I think I have done the wedding on them. I can't remember. I know right now I'm farming Osgiliath gear. That's my main thing. I can't remember. The wedding kind of blurs into one. I'm not entirely sure I have, actually. I think I did it on a Bjorning instead of on them. I can't go check, though, so... bit of a problem. I'm just going to pre-record myself doing the wedding quests, put it on loop, and then put it in the corner. Instead of the webcam, we'll just have that. And I think that is clearly the superior option. I think that is definitely what should happen. It's like when you watch speedrunners and they put their, like, best time, and they have it in the corner, like, playing, so you can, like, compare.
What can I do for you? Would you do something for me?
Okay, I did say I was going to not do those quests. I got turned around very badly then. So I'm going to not do that. I'm going to go back to the Epic, and we're going to go head off to Pelagia, and I'm going to have an argument with Legolas. I'm going to mute the poetry. I'm going to mute all the words of Sam from the wedding, account-wide, so that he can never speak again in that wedding. I think it would actually make it significantly better. Not going to lie. I didn't realize I was going all the way down there. That's a bit of a trek. Okay, War Steed time it is. Oh, I've only got 2 hours left on my my VIP thing. Well, 3 hours. So pretty much till like the end of the stream then. No, I need to be up very early tomorrow, so that's why next week is going to be, like, painful for me. Because we open earlier because it's Christmas time, and I have to get in before we open. So normally I get in 3 hours before we open. So we open at 11, I get in at 8, but now I have to get in... We open at 9, so 2 hours early, and I have to get in at 7, which means I have to leave at like 6. So it's painful.
You helped make the
What's I gonna look up? Oh yeah, I have like a Tuesday night. So next week, obviously Christmas is Monday. The Tuesday night, so Boxing Day, I'm working the Tuesday night, so I won't be streaming Tuesday. And then I've got to do the Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock. So I finish at like 11, probably get home at 12, and then have to leave here at 6. So I have like 6 hours. So I'm gonna be like barely surviving. So when I get back next week, I'm probably just gonna sleep. Quite frankly.
Mercy upon me for listening, stranger. But I understand.
But I have Thursday off. That's something. I almost didn't. I was almost working every day except Christmas till the end of the year. And there's actually a chance I might be. I thought you were supposed to have a decent sleep schedule at this point, so I don't think it'll work. It's the issue of being only an hour ahead. If you were like super ahead or super behind, that would work. So Ghost is going to be 24/7 streaming. You heard it here first. Connecting to the speakers at work. Instead of music, it'll just be Ghost. I actually can't do that. There's no it's not set up in a way that would let me do that.
Tasks I had set before me, friend.
Because it's not controlled by us. The only thing we can do is control the volume, which is all you kind of have to do, I guess, when someone else is doing it for you. Right, I think if I'm correct, though, there is a little campsite in here where we have a couple of brigands to defeat, or Corsairs, I should say. And we also, most importantly, have ourselves a, or we should, a sack of fresh vegetables. Oh. Very far away, in a completely different realm. I don't actually know. That's my real answer. Yeah, picking up that vegetable sack allows us to get an extra quest. This gives us a not terrible, but not as good as what we have piece of armor.
While Gimli and I waited for you to arrive, a resident of this town.
I mean, I'm down from Minas Tirith. So Minas Tirith is there, I'm here. So I'm like next to Pelargir.
Will Gondor ever recover?
Yeah, I know I said I was going to not do any more side content, but this area is a little bit different because it's kind of very,
Will no one aid me in this?
very like quick, simple. You know, you feed some pigs, get some firewood, that sort of stuff, and then it's done. Like super easy. You deliver some stuff.
A king has come again to Gondor. A king has
Remember
come
the annoying
again to
people above
Gondor.
Minas Tirith? Annoying people above Minas Tirith? I don't know. Above Minas Tirith, waterfall with a rope ring. Huh? I mean, there's like the waterworks sort of area, but that's not what you're on about. That's very silent. Oh. You mean this area? When you said above Minas Tirith, I thought you meant like on the top floor of Minas Tirith. I mean, that area I just showed you is possibly my least favorite area in the game, so, you know. Certainly fits the bill. Let's go find... I'm assuming you meant that area. I can't really think of any other place. I don't really remember a waterfall, but... Oh! You mean... Henethanun? If we're talking about waterfalls? That's the only annoying waterfall I can think of. It's just so unbearably loud. I genuinely have no idea what you're on about.
We must not take these days for granted.
If it's not the place I already showed you. I mean, the area up there that I showed you is the ones with, like, the little, for lack of a better term, cavemen people. No, I very specifically skipped this area. Except on characters where I'm forced to, like Vayrand. It's so quiet in this area. There's like no music playing. It's so ominously nothing.
What do you want?
Just people being very rude and asking me what I want. I'm just trying to help, alright? Thing is, the music will kick back in soon.
The long night
It's just, I feel like the music with Umbar is a little bit odd because it kind of cuts in weirdly. Like in Umbar proper, like it will occasionally just cut to like fight music, battle music. Did my fellowship ditch? I ditched my fellowship. He only fellowship with me when we were doing a quest together, because then we're not, you know, stealing kills from each other. The only reason we were
So many
in a group together.
have been cast in support of my proposal.
What can I do for you?
I don't know if he was doing Slayer or just the quest.
I did not understand this proposal when
He was trying to kill enemies, I was trying to kill enemies. It just made sense that we both killed enemies together. Find the Corsair camp. Oh, so that was that one. I don't really care for that one, so I'm gonna get rid of you. I'll come do all those later. I get Winter's Delver Essence, which is pretty useless because now I'm 141. I can't go for the for some reason they made it so that at 141 you're unable to get vitality or like main ones. You know, minimum, max 140. Everything else is just minimum 140. It's weird. It's been cold, like decently cold. It's not.
Brings me joy to see you.
It's nothing I'm not massively like unused to. Today though, it's quite wet, like rain and stuff. Which is annoying, because it was like the one day I had to be out, like outside most of the day. Because at least before, if it's raining and I'm at work, I don't really mind. But it's when it's raining and I'm outside.
What brings you so
It's
far
like, oh,
from the White City?
why'd you do this to me? Oh, what did I get? A fate
Maybe
essence.
the people of Glania
Useless.
are right.
When am I going to start vlogging? Never.
I was once the master of the fleets of God.
Normally, yes. Christmas time, no. It's a bit up in the air at the minute because we've had so someone is leaving on Christmas Eve, which means my next week rota has been like I'm covering quite a bit of their shifts, so I'm doing extra. That's why originally I was doing every day but Christmas up to the New Year's. And then the other day, this Friday just gone, another person has just like up and quit without like giving in their notice. They've just been like, I'm going by. So there's a little bit of a frenzy of trying to find out who's replacing him where.
So many.
My father has been seized by
But
one
normally
of his
I'm
wounds again.
I'm probably the one with one of the more consistent schedules. Until people are ill and sick and leaving. No. Not only would I just physically would like curl up into a ball thinking about just doing that, let alone actually doing it. I don't really go out shopping that much, honestly. I mostly like will end up shopping on the line, or I like go shopping like once a week. I don't shop that much.
You have come at the request
Don't
of
buy a lot
Lord
of new
Theon and his
things.
son?
Might be boring. I just don't like need a lot of things. That's why I've been like making more stuff for myself recently than like today, as Ghost knows, I made like donuts instead of buying them. You know? And they were very nice. Alright, Legolas. I'm angry at you. I hate you. You're not my friend anymore.
I beg your pardon, stranger.
Hi, I agree with you. Bye.
I do not
I mean, he told me to do it, so I don't think it's necessarily my fault. So with this, I actually get the robes of Gondor's Vanguard, which is well, okay. It's difficult because technically it's worse, right? But it's more vitality, less will. I get tactical mastery instead of finesse and crit, and I get tactical mediation, which I don't really care about. But it's got 2 essences. But I don't care about essences at 140. No, but I am undercover. I am doing this for the sake of, you know, see, I'm friends with him now. I'm doing this for the sake of
for you, my
the
friend.
king.
If it were up to me, I would have shown this woman the blade of my axe.
Legolas and Gimli.
And that's, Gimli is why I am the subtle one. So we have to go all the way up to Lower Levini. Well, up to Ammon Anglebed. Probably. It's probably not the greatest thing in the world. My eyes hurt really bad last night, and that's when I decided, hey, I should probably go to sleep because I was exhausted. And for some reason, stayed up until 5 o'clock in the morning. Woo. I mean, I say stayed up. It was a combination of purposefully and not purposefully. So, not fully my fault. I won't take full responsibility for my lack of sleep. It's all them video games, you know, all that Sims taking its toll on you. All that, whatever the Coral game, I can't remember what it's called. And Stabelmaster.
Greetings, friend.
And then off we go. Actually going to go up here first. I think going to this Stabelmaster, then over to there is probably going to help us. Oh, my hiccups. Terrible. That's what they all say. How's it getting worse? I don't understand. What is wrong with me? Probably should get the Stabelmaster for there as well, but I don't think I need it for anything at the moment. So it doesn't matter related to the epic, I think, going there. Am I okay? Like I said, the other day I was super ill, and I'm like not super ill now, but I'm like still like slightly ill. And by slightly ill, it is literally I just have this bad cough. And like it's annoying, but not enough to like put me out of commission. So that's why I bought a load of soothers, and I've now gone through half a packet in 2 hours. Yay. The good thing is I don't have to do a lot of talking tomorrow. Ideally, I just leave it to everybody else. And then I go do my job, and I wait for the game to catch up, please. Thank you. You gonna play nice? Yeah? Good. Yes, half the world. 3 of us. Right, this bit shouldn't be too bad, I think. If I'm remembering the rest, we go here, we go there. Oh no, we go up here, we do the flyers, we do the weapons, come down there, go up to here to find, what's-her-face, Arwen.
Hello there.
And then, I think we then go back this way. Actually, no, we go to Lynn here. Then we go back to Imloth Maliu. And then we're done with chapter 1. 2 hours later, we're done with chapter 1. But we are 141, which, as I said, as long as I get to level 141 today, I'm happy with literally everything else that happens in the day. Because 141 allows me to start getting traceries, because I can do my dailies with Reneborn and Tarvelad.
Can I help you with something?
And then the rares,
Not
I
with
can just start
access
trading
calls.
over to,
We need people to know
you know,
that
to
Elisard is
Palpatene.
unstable all of Gondor.
And because I'm not getting more slots at the moment, it is just a case of fill in the gaps. So yeah, not that bad, in my opinion. Okay, let's go. Lost angle bed crate. What a weird looking crate. We can distribute the parchments, or we can burn them. I still wonder if there's going to be any, like, or if there is any. Like, I gave out one parchment before, originally on Tarvelad, and then it's like you give the weapons, and you can either give rusty or regular ones. I don't know if there's an actual, like, difference. I was just being a saboteur and doing the very little, or very least I could. I don't know if it actually makes a difference. You want something? You should get something then. That sounds like a plan.
You don't know anything about the lighting.
Nope, I know nothing. Do not question me. I do not know anything. Food. That sounds like an idea. You know what I want? Donuts. Again. Why do you have those things that you got earlier? The mochi. Come on. Speed up. Speed up, Mr. Palps. Okay, very good. Hey, you. Then... Oh, we have to actually go talk to you. I've forgotten... I know, like, the gist of it, but I couldn't remember exactly the order. Hey, yeah, I'd like to pick up some things, please. Oh, I've got some very fine weapons or some rusty ones. Wonder which ones I'm gonna choose. Oh no, this is all they had. I tried my best to help you. My level is too high. I am too strong. One of the good things, though, is I'm pretty sure I have gotten all of the crafting recipes for the light armor. For some reason, I couldn't get all... I do have them all now, but at first I wasn't able to get all of them for the medium armor. So as soon as I get to 150, I actually can make the crafted armor for
I am grateful for your assistance,
Palpatine.
my friend. You are welcome to attend the meeting.
And then, yeah, we can start working on stuff from that. Because, like, jewelry I won't do. Jewelry I can, like, use whatever we get. But the armor, I'll craft it to start. And then we'll start building on with whatever. And, I mean, by the time we get to that point, for all I know, we may, potentially, have better ways of getting gear anyway. So, I guess we'll see how things go there. I also totally forgot the whole thing with the river spirits and stuff. That is not... chapter 1, that is, I think, chapter 2. Come on, speed up. Can I tell you a joke? Palpateen. Got him. I don't know. I don't have jokes. What is a joke? Except the painful truth. I don't know. It just proves you gotta change it. You gotta be stronger. Do you know one of the good things though is when you do start playing again and stuff, I can actually use that program to send you like what gear you should go after on champion. Like, this is what your gear should look like. Go for this stuff. It might be helpful for you. Having a goal, and then you don't have to worry about gear. Though I did say I wasn't going to help you with that character, I think is what you asked. So I'm actually not probably going to do that. I think you wanted to work your own way. That's why I didn't tell you what spec I chose. Because you chose, I think, red. And I won't tell you what I chose. So it's a mystery.
You there, you're the friend of whom Mython spoke?
I am the friend of which Mython spoke. He is very trusting very quickly. I met him like 10 minutes ago. When he's not level 13, then I may do that. I think the time I'll have to check up on him is once you get to your legendary items. I think that's where I'm going to have to maybe be a little bit more
Follow me, please. The meeting
paying attention.
will be held downstairs.
Let's go to Osgiliath. Is that where this goes? Every time you level up, I'll be there.
Introduce yourself to my friends before we begin.
Let's go chat with all these people who are definitely going to be alive by the end of this and totally don't look the same. Don't worry, you will all survive this this instance.
Welcome all to this gathering of our folk. Praise
That's what I mean though by there's a lot of dialogue. And I like that it's voice acted, don't get me wrong, but when you want to be a little bit on the speedy side, then it's a bit difficult. I'm really curious where they spawn in. Oh, literally just there. Okay.
Ah, here is Ithiel. Welcome, welcome.
Ah, Dampé.
We have some new faces here today.
Our lovely Dampé, who is, what, 85? So special.
Who are your guests, Ithiel?
So happy
Do they
about
wish
it.
to join our ranks?
It's been so long.
I present to you Tumuldo Fiercewater and his wife Nakasi Wave Reaper.
Hi guys, I'm sure you have nothing to do with
They
the
bring
story.
tidings to us from Umbar.
We do.
We do.
But who is this one who stands among you?
I stand among you.
Do the heirs of Castamere now ally with such as they?
What are you on about? He said that when Balakor the Scourge met his end, it was the hand of dead man that he met it. He said that it was King Elsar who commanded the killing blow, but stood nearby an elf, a dwarf, and a hero who bore the name Palpateen.
When Balakor was slain,
I was. I was there.
I knew this worm could not
I
be
made it happen. I can't remember what that's from.
Trusted ear, be silent.
Was it? Yes. Oh, yeah, no. I was like, that's not a Star Wars reference. It's a Doctor Who reference.
They do not.
What? Why?
The heirs of Castamere no longer control Umbar. They have been overthrown.
How
That
can
is
this
the
be?
eternal question, yes.
This is a poor jest. Who thinks to supplant the heirs of Castamere?
The kindred of the coins has made Umbar a free city.
Kindred of the Coins.
Stand against
This is
them,
the first we
and they
hear
will
of these
free
guys.
your head from your shoulders.
Nekasi. But my wife speaks truth to you.
Don't decapitate me, please. You can't reach me from here anyway. It's fine.
Power rules in Umbar. If you aid this power, you may be spared. If not,
Oh, I'm trying to climb. Clearly, this is for
have heard
parkour.
The heirs of Castamere will not submit to more foreign rulers.
This guy's... He's angry.
Who leads this kindred of the coins?
There is no one leader. There are 7.
there are who lead it, but they speak
I want to become the 8th.
people's voice.
What if I take over the heirs of Cast? Oh, not the heirs of Castamere, the kindred of the
And
coins.
people hold little love for Gondor in their hearts.
Is that not like...
We will give you.
I wonder
time
if there
to
is a
think
kinship
about our
called the
offer.
kindred of the coins.
Do not think over long.
I feel like
The
somewhere
sea
there
shepherd
has to
grants
be.
mercy, but rarely.
Nakasi, my love. Again.
I am
she
aware of
speaks
it.
truth. Still,
Palpatine needs to have a different kinship, though. Palpatine needs a dwarven kinship because I want his title to be Lord. Because if I show his surname, I am Palpatine Sith. And then I want to be Lord. So I'll be
Why
Palpatine
did you
Sith
bring
Lord.
them to us?
Because it won't let me have Sith.
You
It's very
saw
sad.
their manner of dress? I thought they were smugglers or Corsairs. How was I to know they serve another master?
You could have asked them.
The kindred of the coins.
Bum bum bum. Really wish there was a skip button. I'm spoiled now by having played Cyberpunk recently. I'm like, skip, 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 skip.
What was that? Follow me!
I mean, it can't have been very good if he was just stabbed in the back like that. I'm not gonna lie. Seems like he was pretty weak. Just saying.
Oh no!
As Jar Jar Binks. So I'll be Jar Jar Binks. I'll be like a street performer. Because I'm pretty sure that's what he's supposed to end up as, right? Canonically.
Trusted ear, what have you done?
After the fall of the Empire, some individuals wrongly believe that Binks and Darth Vader were
They
the
were
same
under
person.
our protection.
Who now will protect you from me? This one?
Nah, I'm not gonna help him.
They are both our enemies, my father. They must die.
Please lag. I know it looks like a really strong attack, but it's really not.
They have paid no one else.
Just an endless barrage of damage.
Have mercy.
If only I could use fire spells, I'd have more AoE.
Why do you say nothing? You will die for this.
You're saying, why do I not say anything? I like the idea that I'm just completely silent, deadpan, like I just have so no emotion during this. Hi, bye. Hi again. Talk to the gossipmonger inside the eastern entrance of Linhir.
See when Balakor summoned us to join his fleet as he besieged Gondor.
Got server. I believe in you. Okay, and that should be the end. Nearly. We have one more quest actually. Last quest, I think. Yep, 3,000 virtue experience takes us back to Iloth Melu, which I should have traveled to, so I should be fine. And we have to go find King Elisar's bodyguard. Very important we find them. Right. It's weird that I didn't get that for... Like, I didn't trigger the quest because I didn't technically go past these guys. It's like, I didn't see you show up.
We returned to Minas Tirith and told the king what we discovered.
Okay, talk to King Elisar inside the tower guard house in the center of Imloth Melu. And we got more of our... Oh, actually, I got 131 enhanced runes. That's interesting. I didn't realize. Oh, did I get them for... Wait, no. Huh? It's interesting. Song of Sea and Wave. Oh, wait, no. Chapter 1.9. Let's go for that. Kindred Spirits. Has that just been updated then? Oh, no, 131. So why'd I get these one... Nope. Okay, I'm just completely confusing myself. It's because I have 121 enhanced runes. I was like, why on earth do I have... 2 sets. Why am I getting new ones? Are they updated? Blah, 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 blah. And, yeah. My bad. Hello, Mr.
My
Elisar.
friend, I want to thank you for accompanying Legolas and Gimli.
I don't think so, right? Because wasn't he, I mean, I still got the page up. He says he was outcast because many Gungans and Naboo believed he had helped the Empire. Oh, what am I doing? But that's not canon. Because it's legend. So... Hi, bodyguard.
Why should I remain behind? Is it not now my kingdom also?
Random, never before seen bodyguard. I definitely don't know who they are. Alright, and with this, we are done. I don't know what I want to up. Honesty, wisdom, because it will increase whatever I've got. I think I'll go honesty. Get it to 81.
The sword of waves
Don't think the helmet is better.
I confess that
It's got crit and it's got 2 things, but I'll hold on to it for now. Cool, that's fine. So that cuts that to 81, and I'll get confidence back.
Even in time
And then this stuff, this is what I'm curious about. Less will, less vitality, tactical mastery, but we lose crit and stuff, physical mitigation. Okay, I don't think that's really what we want to go for, but
I too am concerned.
we have now officially started the actual Umbar stuff, technically, because that was just the Gondor renewed quest pack or whatever, right? But we do get one of these Delver's Lively Essence box, and I think I got 2 of those, right? They're my tracery tokens apparently, but where's my... These 2? Yeah. So I got 2 for doing that. Hey, how we doing? Okay. And this is where we can sort of skip stuff, but kind of not. Like, it's still a bit long-winded. But we can be good. I'm doing well. Playing one of my faves, character-wise. After a little bit of a hiatus from him. You know. He needed his break. Taking over the galaxy, or trying to. Right. So, because we're 141, we can already put this gear on, right? So that's fine. Oh, actually, no, this gear isn't even 141 required. I'd say so. It's like the main game I play, so I'm always saying, like, I suggest it. It's a lot better now than it was the years prior, because you can now get a pretty large majority of the game without paying for any of it. You know, they made all the classes, except the new ones, free. Made it a lot more combinations of races and classes. Made up to level, what, 95? No, 85? Free? And then with the sub, you get pretty much everything except the newest, like, brand new expansion. I think even if you aren't necessarily like a Star Wars, a Lord of the Rings fan, like I know people who don't really necessarily care for Lord of the Rings as much, and still like super into it. No, so there is a VIP subscription, however, it isn't required. So you can play all the content that was released up to level 85. Well, technically up to, I think, 2014 Helm's Deep. So everything released up until like 2013, 2014 from 2007. So that's 7 years worth of content for free. And then you can basically buy the expansions in-game with in-game premium currency, which you can get by completing, you know, X amount of quests in an area and, you know, killing X amount of enemies in an area. So you can play the game completely free to play and you just buy them with Lotro points and you complete deeds and get Lotro points. Like, if I kill whether 110 more of this enemy, I get 5 Lotro points and I get some extra bonuses and stuff. So you can play the game entirely free to play. The only thing you can't do right now is buy the newest expansion with Lotro points, but everything else, content-wise, you can. But VIP just unlocks it without having to, you know, spend Lotro points. I still think she was lying. I still think Arwen was just saying words in Elvish just to make her be better, like feel better. It was totally a placebo in my mind. Tower of Orthanc tier 2 challenge run. Oh, I really want to. I cannot tell you how much I want to log into Fairend and do a tier 2 Orthanc challenge run, but honestly, people doing it is such a difficult. Like, randoms doing it is a lot harder than if you're in a group, which is whatever. That's fine. But getting enough people who are like willing to stick with it is a bit difficult. I think it's pretty common to say that the game is more true to the books than the movies are, right? Because I've only got 2 challenges left to do on Orthanc, and then I'll have it completed, and I'll be like, that's one of my ultimate things I want to get done. But getting, like, it done without, you know, sort of having it super organized. I think when we hit 140, I'm more willing, or 150, I guess now, I'm more willing to go back and have a look. Because the thing is, if I go now, it's going to be 150s doing it, and I'm going to be the level 105 who is, like, holding everybody back in a sense. It's just annoying because mechanic is the main issue with Orthanc, I think. Because you need the 6 players. That's the biggest hurdle. I should stable master over to Arnak. There we go. 161 silver. Ridiculous. Right. They'll be like, why is the king here? Why is he here to be cruel to us? And they're like, no, I just want to show you that I exist. I just find it weird that we're like, he's gonna shout us.
What's he doing here in Arnak?
I actually don't know. I have not taken Mariner far enough to do that. I've been meaning to take Mariner far enough to like get to Warsteeds. I think Runekeeper would probably be a good base to work it off. Hey, how we doing? One thing I did notice the other day, right? Because I've been getting my Beornings to... I got one of my Beornings. There we are. Now I don't need to cough. To level 65 recently. And I was like, oh, I need some gear. So I went to the skirmish camp. I went into the classic vendor. And I realized that they had added Mariner gear. But they hadn't... they didn't have Brawler or Beorning gear in some of the sections. Which I found really weird. Because they were... you know, light, medium, heavy, whatever, but they didn't actually have specific Beorning ones. So I just went for the generic might stuff, but you know. I think Beorning's the weirder one because Beorning used to be agility and then it was might and then it's kind of both anyway, so... Oh no, sorry, it's always been might, but it used to be medium might and now it's heavy might, which is what everything else is, but then it's also might, heavy might and agility. So it's just weird. Who is that? It's Eladan. Good old buddy Eladan. Yeah, I've been tempted to get Mariner sorted properly. So I was looking at class builds, and one of my biggest issues I've always had is red mini. And I've always been like, how do I spec red mini? Because when you go and look at like raid guides and stuff, a lot of people go for like mini would be like heals, right? Not the DPS. But in general, play by play, I want to know the suggested legendary, you know, things. So I've never found a red one that has been fully up to date with the legendary changes. But this one at least seems to be... I can like see traits. Also the traits change. That was another thing. Queen Arwen again.
Will you return
This one actually has one now, so I'm more tempted to sort out Africa. Considering how much I love the animations for Mini, so I'm glad I finally get to play him again. The hygienic. What is that title? Oh, it's a Condom title. Interesting. Or return to Condom title. The hygienic. You survived the fight against Radarig without activating any cleansing devices on tier 3. Oh, that's kind of fancy title.
Ah, I see.
There's a couple titles like that Faerun's and them are going to get, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. Maybe one day when it's like level 200, we'll just go back and be like, yeah.
We do appreciate the work you all have done for us. Of course we do.
I doubt that'll happen though. Ooh, this is what we're really interested in, is Flickering Tidal Coin. Crit Evade Fate Vitality. More crit, more vitality, less will, and I don't care about fate.
I will go with the rest of the
We'll have a look, but yeah, fate is, like I said, an awkward stat because it doesn't really, in my opinion, have a place anymore. Oh, Ghost, I actually have a question for you, right? Oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. At level 50, right? Because I know you don't like worrying about gear. And you don't like dying. At level 50, there is a way that you can get some very overpowered gear that will last you about 25 levels. Okay, I was going to say. At level 50, on your champion, there is a way we can get some very overpowered gear that will last you about 25-ish levels without you having to change it. My question is, would you want help getting that, assuming you get to 50, like, soonish, and there isn't changes to the gear? Or would you rather leave it and, like, do it more legit, I guess, by not having overpowered gear? You have time to think about it. I'm just throwing it out there. It would just take a couple of hours. And, well, depends on the luck, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, before I even got that gear, I was already, like, I was already capped on my damage at 50, so I don't think it's not necessarily needed. It's more if you just want the extra health, really, to be honest. I just thought about it randomly, that's all. That little mummock. It's like my favorite pet.
What do you need?
What do I need? That's a very good question.
What can I do for
Stable
you?
Master. That is what I need. Okay. Do we get anything from this? Umbari Athelis Essence. It's a third of our morale. That's not bad. I sure do. Please be a random fun fact about how to stop coughing.
I cannot tell you how pleased I am that Lady Terranese has returned to Minas Tirith.
That should be your new character name. I looked it up and it shows Hakamo from Pokemon, and so it's the middle evolution of one of my favorite Pokemon. So you got that going for you. I can't bow while mounted. This is unfair. It's cruel. It's unfair. Actually, I really need to check something. I think I don't necessarily want to do this. I'm thinking because I was thinking about getting a new chisel now that I'm 141, and technically this is the chisel we should go for. Does give us a decent amount of morale. I mean, what's 990 times 4.5? So we get 4455 morale, so we get about 300 morale boost. That's fine. We gain some finesse. We gain fate, which basically is just 1-to-1 power, so we lose power, but I don't really care about that. But we lose tactical mastery and crit. However, it does have essences. Basically, my thought is, I think I normally level up or like do the straight away one, but I think we're just gonna wait until I get. Is it this one? Nope. That's those ones. I think it's just that crafted one. Yeah. I think we're just gonna wait for that one. I lose something. I lose the vitality, but I got the vital lessons. That's like 1,500 and was it 1,526, I think. So that's fine. Fate again, don't really care about. Finesse we actually get an increase of, and we still get a primary and a basic stat. So I will have agility, will, which I guess is something for tactical mastery, and then I can chuck a tactical mastery or chuck a crit on. I think overall we might lose crit, but I think it's maybe a decent idea. Well, it's definitely a decent idea. It's definitely something we want to do. It's just, you know. Oh, there's what I'm after. It's just a case of do we wait? And I think it's better to wait, because then I save myself an essence reclamation scroll. I long for the day, though, that one day Dampe will be max level. I will be the proudest I've ever been. I mean, that as well, like, once you get a champion to max level, how about that? That's a bit more open.
I hope the King of Gandhar appreciates your work on his behalf.
I forgot that was so steep. Me and Gravity don't agree with each other most of the time, as you can tell. Right. I would be very proud.
I am not surprised to hear your report.
And I gotta go back to Pelagear. Are you kidding me? Luckily, I have travel skills. Not travel skills, stave masters and stuff. I wonder how far we can get in an hour. I can't remember how many are in Chapter 2, but maybe we'll be able to get past Chapter 2. I think with Chapter 1, they kind of wanted you to spend a decent amount of time on it because it was like all that was available. Whereas now you've got like the other, you know, 8 chapters or whatever.
Hello there.
I think they're a bit more willing to have it be a bit more speedier. I'm still tempted to see if I should continue doing completionist with my champion, or if I should just get to 150. I think getting to 150 is actually not going to be that difficult. But I won't be strong at 150. I think if I do it the way I'm doing it, I will be strong at 150. I'm going the wrong way. But it will take longer, which is kind of why. But that's why I'm sort of handicapping myself by doing completionist. Gives you a chance to, you know, not fall behind too much. I think we can both agree that I'm generally the faster quester of the two of us.
It is good to see you back, my friend.
Hey, look at that. I get a dagger that I can't use. That's cruel. I would love to use this dagger. I wish I could use it. I don't see why Palpatine can't just have a dagger on him and just, you know, be shooting lightning at you and then just come up close and then stab you. I think in some cases it would be more efficient. That's what I'm saying. That's why, what was it? That's why I need this sword. And just cosmetically, that needs to be what I have. It's as close as I'm getting. I don't think there's a dagger. Oh, there is a dagger. I don't think it quite works. It's not as much red. I can't remember actually. I think it's... yeah, you have to do a thing during a festival. I can't remember what festival it is though. Farmer's Fair. So during the Farmer's Fair, there is Thrang, which is a boss from the first raid in the game that you can go back and do. And then you have to defeat him. However, you can run it at any level. So you can actually just run it under leveled and in theory get the points. I wonder if I have any... Yeah, I have 6 and I need 10 to get the item, so... It's not difficult to get. Just I didn't go out of my way to get it. Oh, this is so much better than release day, honestly. That's a scary sound. Right, let's go back and find my mouse. Where is it? There it is. Hi, I killed all those guys. Do not hold me responsible and do not give me a bounty. Actually, if you got bounties in this game for just like, you killed a person. Just randomly. How could you do that? I'd have no gold.
I do not know if I have the fortitude to follow my father.
Right. And back we go. I honestly wish my horse was faster, but it's literally the fastest it can be because the amount of back and forth we have to do for this content is, in a word, mind-numbing. Is that 2 words? Or is it hyphenated? Either way, you get the point. I think you should.
The work progresses, but it progresses slowly. But
nice. I still need to get my Ale Association done, but I don't like juggling pluses and minuses. So I'm not looking forward to... I think there's one in Mordor that's similar. Except that one, I think you can lock the reputation. I know you lose less than you gain, but yeah. I need to do it because I need to get the final goat for my deed. That's a thing that needs to happen.
Well met. I am Tenido, master of procurements.
Yeah, I think that works. But I'm already kindred with thingy, and because I want badges of taste being used, I think that's the reason. I think you have to be kindred for that. So I'm going up to here. How do you write a V above a letter? Or like an arrow? I don't know what you mean. A V above a letter? I don't think you can. Oh, I don't know. I know how to do those.
Hail and well met. You say you come from Pelagia with the great Tenido was supposed to be procuring.
I mean, you can look up the alt code for like letters maybe, but why? What letter do you want to have a V above it? I don't think there is. So if you press Alt on your keyboard and then type like on the numpad, like for example, I wonder if this will work in here. It does. Like, for example, if you press Alt and then 0178, it will give you the cubed symbol, the little 2. And then if you do 0179, it will give you the... Oh, sorry, 0179 is cubed, and then 0178 is squared. But basically, yeah, if you put Alt and then press combination, it will do different letters. Is it like an upside down V? Like pointing upwards? Is that what you're saying? Oh, because there's like... There's like... Alt 131, which is supposed to be, which is that. Oh. Anyway, I've taught you something today, so it's fine.
Hail and well met.
Oh, and then we have to wait.
Welcome to
I love this bit of the quest. I feel like they're spiteful. I feel like... I don't know.
We are here.
Did they purposely do this to, you know, spread out the expansion? Make it last even longer? Hell, it's at a couple of minutes wait time every time. Today, Ghost learned a new thing. And was better off for it. Except I might get a random symbol sent to me now. I think it's very highly likely. Ay. Why am I just going around? I mean, there's stuff here at least. That's fine. I mean, there's nothing stopping me just going inside, to be honest. So I could just do that. Not like there's an actual wall physically stopping me. Cool. I just need one more enemy. Just spam tab as we do for pretty much every quest here and hope we find something. Also look at the map, that works. Now, are you going to work? No, because you're an insect. You, however, are not. Cool. I feel like you're just going to hold Alt and smash your hand on your numpad and just see what comes out. I feel like that's going to be the next hour of entertainment for you. See, you can't stop me entering your place. Can't even stop me from doing the quests in your place. Well, such lax security.
Yes. This gift.
I have to wait 30 seconds. What is this ridiculousness? Absolutely ridiculous. And then you gotta pretend that you are them. Is that what you can do?
This is intolerable. How long do they?
Oh, and
intend to
another
make us
20
wait?
seconds. No. Oh, they have the busy bee. Some people must just like see me running around in circles and just be like, what on earth is this guy doing? Okay, let's go in, have a look at these stitched boots. Less will, less vitality. I kind of wish I left myself with bad gear. Honestly, because but I didn't really have bad gear. That's the thing. Like I had Delver's gear. Technically better Delver's gear because of the essence and stuff. But yeah, stuff like this. I had quite old Gundabad stuff, so I did switch some of that out. But my point being, if I had left myself with like standard-ish Gundabad gear, at least I'd be a bit more excited for some of these upgrades. I mean, more power to you.
Welcome, King Alessa, to the stronghold.
Self-love is good, alright? And if there's tension,
It
then
is good to see you
you
again.
can remedy that. I don't think anybody else is in here. Oh, it's like explore and also then talk to him. So it's like kind of doubled up. Forgot about that. The room south of the throne room. The very ominous, you know.
I ask that you wander elsewhere, stranger.
Seriously, you feel a strange sensation of dread as you approach the door. I mean, if you want to, I ain't gonna hold you back.
What has brought you to Farouk Zahar?
Okay, and back to
To involve us in
Mr.
your wars.
Aragorn. Is it illegal to call him Aragorn now? I don't know. Still do it anyway. Might even hit 142 today. That would be quite good. Doing such a bad job at parkour here. Yeah, hitting 142 wouldn't be too bad. Not that we particularly get anything out of it. Really, the highlights are 141 for Reforge and new gear, and then 150 for new gear. So you don't even get a Reforge. So
During the discussion,
at 146.
something revealed itself to me.
Earring, but
They
we're going
are
to keep
called
our earrings,
Kindred of the
I think.
Gods,
Though that is not terrible.
but feel no shame at forgetting it. This messenger was
Find the guest rooms
called
provided for Elsar's party on the east side of Farouk Zahar. which is not directly ahead of us, but close enough. Ow, I just scratched myself on my desk. That was not what I intended. Also, door please, thank you. Door please, thank you. And then my favorite duelist, Kaiba, is here.
Do you really think Commissar is lying to the king?
My favorite.
Why would he risk such a dangerous deception?
I do not like this. Umbar is hiding something.
Do you know one time I remember this on stream? I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember putting in, you know, accented characters on my computer, and it completely broke my computer. And crashed the stream. I still don't know what happened that day. I think it was possessed.
When I first arrived here,
No.
Amir showed me
I'm saying my computer had a weird issue, and it reminds me of that. No, because I've done it. I literally posted in chat with it. If I thought it was gonna break my computer, I wouldn't have done it. I'm just saying. One day,
Angur Farwind was just here.
it broke my
He
computer.
told me what he said to you.
I don't care if you do it.
My hand shook as I drew the sketch. I may not be cut out for such an adventure as this.
Hello, we're going now.
It is
Bye.
time for
Ooh,
us to
shield.
Take our leave, Commissar of Farouk Zahar. We thank you for your gracious hospitality.
Yes, I've been here for a day, and I have speedrun talking to you, because I think you're evil. Not gonna lie. I mean, as I said, it doesn't really exactly affect anything. Just maybe don't try and put it in as your character names. I don't think that'll work. In fact, I know it doesn't work because I've tried. Do you know, putting in accented, I can't remember what letter it was, but someone put in, I think it might have been just an emoji. I can't remember exactly. But you can do like the basic emojis with it, not like the more standard ones, I guess. It's like just an outline. And I think someone, you can, basically when you book to bowl, you can when you book online, you can put in the names of who's playing, right? And someone, I think, put in an emoji or some sort of symbol, and it completely broke the system. We turned it on, and then the entire lane just disconnected from the entire system and wouldn't work.
it's terrible.
I eventually worked out what it was,
Queen Arwen is nowhere.
because I had to go over, looked at it, and went, oh, if I take that off, I wonder if it fixed it. And it did, and I was like, oh. Well, that's a dumb reason, but I kind of understand why. Hi, Eladan. I'm going to ignore you. I still think this quest ring shouldn't be here, and it should make you talk to everybody else first and then go over there. It would delay the quest significantly. Also, that shadow is amazing. It would delay the quest significantly, unless you could still go over here. But I think it would be... I think if anybody looks at this, they go, yeah, it's going to be over there, isn't it? But the queen is gone. We need to find out what's happened to the queen. God, such a trek this is. You have to head out? How dare you? It's not like I was going to head out in a minute anyway. Because I think, although I said I was going to go till 10, I think I'm going to finish off this chapter, which I think is in a minute. And then I'll probably finish off anyway. Just because my throat is getting a little bit worse for wear still.
And trouble yourself not.
And I think talking for longer and longer is maybe not the best way of doing that. Let's go finish everything first. We need to head to Lin here, talk to Kaiba. And then I want to see just how long we've got left, epic-wise. Okay, we have 2 more quests for this, and then hopefully everything will be good. And then we should be ideally streaming tomorrow as well, if all goes well. Because although I'm starting early tomorrow, I'm finishing early tomorrow, so that means I should be fine. Am I finishing early? Yes, I'm finishing early tomorrow. See you later. Oh, now that ghost guy's gone. Let's have some real gameplay. Must be so disorientating. That feels like what my camera does sometimes, though, because sometimes it does the whole, like, whoop thing. What do we have to do? Here concerns, here concerns, here concerns. Kill pests. And then Barad Rill. Which is over there anyway. Okay. I should probably... No, you're not Kaiba. I was going to say, I should pick up Kaiba's quest before I kill enemies, because then I can make headway on the actual quest, but I guess not. What am I being chased by? And can it disappear yet? There it is. And I was going the wrong way. What is this? Was I going the wrong way? No, it's this way. Okay. Okay, Kaiba. Hello.
Oh, I am glad to see you.
I am glad to see you. My best friend, Kaiba. But one thing I will probably do, now that I'm 141 anyway, is I think I've upgraded everything on Tarvelard up to rare at this point. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm at minimum rare. So I think the idea is I'll do my dailies for the proto things, be getting more of those, and then what I'll do is I'll open up on here, and then you know, see where that takes us, and hopefully boost a few up. I might at the very minimum just go get some uncommons for the meantime. I do have a couple tracery tokens though. So I could get my heraldries going, potentially. I'm sure there'll be quite a boost to those. Alright, one more pest. And then we have to go back to Kaiba. So I wonder if we will... Okay, maybe not. I don't think we'll get a level up from this, but we will make... we'll be decently close. Okay, Kyber, are we done?
You took care
No,
of
travel to
everything
Barrett
on the
Rill.
list.
Damn it.
You're good at this, aren't you?
I'm not just good, I'm the best, Kyber. It's annoying that you're making me travel so far. One of the good things is if I go and grab this area as well, there is a bunch of very easy quests here. And then there's also, I think, some pretty easy quests at Barad-Rill. The only one that's kind of awkward is killing Cravens, like a certain amount of Cravens. But that's about it. Come on. I wish this was faster, like, cooldown. I just want to constantly be boosting. Forever and always. I don't think the servers would be able to handle that, though. You know. Probably would just crumble. Right, let's make sure we keep some of these things that we want to keep there. I'll keep Gundabad hides for the minute. Everything else, though, I mean, Gundabad Skarn, I'll keep that, and then everything else I can ditch. For 6.5 gold, I'll take it, because I am poor at the moment, because of all my reforge. So I'm slightly, ever so slightly glad there's no reforge at 146. I mean, I'd have the money by then. We've got 5 levels to make it up, but yeah,
to see the days of peace come again.
it would, I think, be a bit of a problem. I actually forgot it took us to Barad-Rill. Actually, no, I lie. It takes us to Barad-Rill, but not quite. It doesn't take us all the way to the Stable Master because I didn't pick it up for ages. You just stand in front of it and go, oh no, it's sad that it's broken. And then he takes, you know, he sketches something and then that's kind of it. I have no idea what's attacking me, but I'm assuming it's going to run away for a minute. Okay, let's have a look out for Kyber. There he is, my bestest friend in the world.
It is much worse than I expected.
Cool.
Ah, thank you.
And then defeat enemies in Gondor, Dornenel, and Ringler Vale. Blah, 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 blah. So just kill everybody and everything. Which is pretty much my MO anyway. I like when it's at least just kill any enemy. That means I can just do it anywhere. That's why I don't like the Craven one, because it's like, you gotta kill specifically this amount. At least I can double down and also be getting myself some Umbari hides. Because what I would like to do is slowly get the Umbari hides. I don't need to, like, practice or, like, get the leveling up crafting. And I can just, like, craft myself gear at 150. Or, like, I want to preemptively have it and send it over. Ready for 150. I love playing arcade, though. It's been a while since I probably played them, to be fair. But that's why I set my characters up in a way where I can leave them away for a while, and I still vaguely understand what I'm doing, because I don't know if everybody does this. I don't think Ghost does this, which is always weird to me, but I order my skills in the order I should execute them. So in theory, there's a little bit complication with some classes, because I have like stuff in my control thing, but technically my rotation is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But normally I kill something before then. Some classes are different. Because again, I've got like, yeah, the control stuff and whatever. Because they're not attack skills, and it's like Battle Frenzy. But Battle Frenzy I put on 1, but then I have the Great Cleave, I think it is on a different skill. Or on control. Yeah, I don't think Ghost does that. Like, I've seen his hotbars and it confuses me. But if it works for him, you know, who am I to judge? Yeah, that's what I've gotten here is my, like, interrupts. To be fair, these should be swapped, I think, with something else. But I've got, like, my res is kind of close. I have, I should technically switch those two and those two, because that's my corruption removals and then my interrupt as well next to each other on my control. Word of Exaltation for when, obviously, I'm, you know, technically need that. But I also have, Do Not Fall this day. No, what was it? Place an effect on someone that revives them on... Yeah, Do Not Fall this day, yeah. I don't use some things. I don't use Armor of the Elements. I don't really use Steady Hands. Palpatine's weird because technically he only uses lightning skills. Like, I know technically what you're supposed to do is yellow RK is use some red RK stuff to fill in the gaps. And vice versa is, as red RK is supposed to use yellow as your quick skills in between your cooldowns, which I do on Kestor, but with Palps, he's too strong. I don't need to worry about the cooldowns. There's one of the reasons I love RK is because of kind of how self-sufficient they are. It's like one of the examples I always give is Darnagabud, or whatever it's called, in Lothlorien/Moria place. The Mistress of Pestilence. She brings out enemies that will trap you. And basically, if you're doing it solo and you're max level, you can still fail because you get trapped and you have to defeat them, and you're supposed to have your fellowship defeat the rest of them. But whenever I do it, always get an RK to help me because I just put down a runestone and it does it for me. Or I put down a healing runestone and it's either... My healing runestone actually acts more as a diversion more than a heal. Honestly, most of the time. So, because normally I would just place it down, all the enemies attack it because it's technically higher in the threat level for some reason. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll take that. I have to remember as well if the Ringlow Vale quest is a legendary or a... I don't know if it's a legendary or a... incomparable. Lumber from Ethering? Yeah. Lumber from Ethering. Is that... That's what gives me an shattered Umbar tracery, but I can't remember if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Gondor has a king again.
But yeah, I think in terms of skills, the one I always forget about when I go back to a character is always corruption removals. I always get confused by corruption removals. For some reason, I like forget more easily. I think because a lot of content doesn't require you to do corruption removals. Like Minas Ithil had one instance where I think we had a corruption removal. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I knew what it was then, but it's not the end of the world. Obviously Throne does, but Throne is like not something that everybody does. in day-to-day combat, you don't have to do it. So I think it's more easily for me to get. But to be fair, Black Grave requires corruption removals as well. It's not that uncommon. But when I jump on a character and I go and be like, oh, I'm going to do Black Grave for a new sword or something, I just forget all the time. And then Calambel. Very quickly, not in this area anymore. As I said, I am just going to wait to get to the end of this. And then, I don't think we're going to be 121, or 141, but I think it'll be fine. Oh, it's quite a long instance though, isn't it? No, I think of a different one. Parsons? No, it is. I have to go to Dol Amroth. I got not that long ago. I actually did get the legendary. So now it's improved, or like they've upped the virtual experience you get from it. But I did not that long ago get one of these, and it doesn't actually say it here, but I actually got a black steel key and 1,000 virtual experience, which was quite nice. I've gotten a couple of... I haven't got a legendary tracer yet. Ever. I did once get some mithril, and I was very, very tempted with the mithril to spend it on more gold boxes. Because I was like, oh, well, it's free, and technically, as long as I made more 80... Like, if I have 80, I can open up 10, so... But yeah, I got a black steel key. And it was quite useful because I just opened it when, you know, Umbar was a thing, and at 150 and got that. But yeah, stat tome I have got once. Mithril, it's 200 mithril apparently you get. And I think I've gotten a stat tome from the Silver Hobbit gift before. I don't really remember much of the others. Like, I feel like a lot of the time I either get a Universal Ingredient Pack, marks, or like, you know, the basic 100 ones. So like mark acquisition boosts and combat run speed boosts, which I always find silly when I have run speed that's faster than that by default. I think arguably one of the more useful in some cases is the 6-hour Slayer Accelerator. That's always quite nice.
The king and queen have come to Calambel.
Oh, this is that quest. I was thinking I had to go... I mean, I do have to go to Dol Amroth still, but... yeah.
If there was ever any doubt,
Easy. And then... Ooh, I actually get a bracelet, so I'm curious. Oh, that's that weird triple stat one. Travel to the western entrance of Dol Amroth in King's Gondor. What a trek. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Because you gotta go all the way down there. So I'm curious. Okay. I was gonna say I'm curious if I die, where do I go? But I don't actually want to do that. Because if I'm going off of non-King's Gondor area, it's technically... where would it be? It's technically like here, I think, or here that you respawn. Yeah, I've done that one, so that was good. I used that and opened up a loot box for myself. I'm just hoping to continue my plans with my Bjornings, because I know they're on sale right now, I think, right? Keys? They're like 30% off. So I think they're, what, 136, I think is the math. 137, okay. Close enough. But I was Yeah, the 195 normally. So, like I said before, my plan is, if I had enough marks, and I technically do, but I'd run out pretty quickly, I could just buy an absolute ton of Mathams and stuff. Well, get Mathams and Cardolan trinkets and just do the quests for it. And then every Bjorning, I could get like 130 Lotro points on it. Which would be pretty decent, I'd say. So that was an idea. And then, you know, every 2 I could open, you know, a bunch. Or every 3 I could open 2 loot boxes or something. What's the, like, yeah, 900 normally, so. Right now I think I get 30. What was it, 30? I get 5? I get like 20 per character. I think. So I'd have to do 45 Bjornings. But if I did 120, that would only be 7.5. So the idea is there. Plus, I could actually add to that, because if I just spent a little bit more time, and I did like an Arid Luid run, I could probably quite easily add on like 145. Or even if I just did Slayer and Explorer. A decent chunk. Why is it such a trek to get here? I really hope there wasn't a Rep Fender anywhere because... Oh, that... I knew I missed something. If I had gone to... I think if I had gone to Pelargir, I could have bought Return to Dol Amroth for tokens. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure. And I'm definitely going to do it now. It's just I wasted a lot of time.
I never thought to see such happy days as these.
Right. One nice thing, at least, about this week is with the Black Steel Key being the code, at least it's something useful, you know? Where normally it's like dwarf candles or something not very useful. Which door do I have to go? Western entrance. Okie dokes. How many things have I obtained then? I think for the enhanced runes, I might send all my enhanced runes over to whatever relevant characters. Oh, I do have these. Area target effect count. I don't think I've got that. And then Ascendant Flame, which I might use to switch out one of these temporarily. I'd lose the set bonus, but I'm going to lose it anyway. Yeah, did I sell Umbari hides? I don't think I meant to. I did. Wait, no. I didn't. Or did I? I didn't. Good. Right, you are important. I need to talk to you. And then you are important. I need to talk to you for sure. So, return to Peligir, return to Dol Amroth and Lond, Kirion. And at least that way I can, well, travel back and forth. And I could have saved myself a whole lot of time.
Let us go to speak with Prince Imrahil, my friend.
Hi, Imrahil.
I introduce to the court King Elisar and Queen
Look at this. That's not terrible, actually. That's more tactical mastery at that point.
And the palace of the swamp.
And I don't care about the fate, so
my daughter and her friend.
just less morale. Not by much.
Is this a poor time? I hope we bring no interruptions.
Oh, none at all, my king. Dorthanet was a help to me when I ruled Dol Amroth while my father was away. She was a dear friend and remains so.
This quest takes a while, so buckle in.
I pray you will stay a little longer, leader of the Arboretum. I had hoped to speak with you as well.
My folk expect my return. I should not keep them waiting.
The Queen asks you.
Yeah, the Queen wants you to stay. She's in charge.
If you would come here, please.
Oh, it's me. I have to do the thing. Set the bowl of water here. Then we're gonna have a little heart-to-heart.
I do not understand what this means, my queen.
This is water from the river Gilrine, which flows out of the White Mountains. You know this water, Dorthanet, for you drowsed long beside it and came to sorrow.
What does she mean?
What does she mean?
This cruelty is unbecoming of you, Queen of Gondor.
I seek not to be cruel. But there are two hearts to be mended here, not just one. Will you not do your part, Nimrodel?
I can't remember how long this goes on for, though. Let's, like, words. So, roaming star.
Maybe so, but there is one here who remembers it.
It's roaming star.
I do not expect you to.
Yeah, she chats for
forgive me,
ages.
Nimrodel. But the Queen wanted me to speak to you of my sorrow. I think that is not cruelty.
Oh, you're not gonna let me just, like, climb above? Why? Why would you not? Oh, no, maybe, never mind. Oh, do I? Oh, I forgot. I was reading the thing being like, oh, there's a lot of dialogue. But also,
Did not know.
it's just quest dialogue, and I can at least skip that part.
There is much sadness in the world,
Bum, 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 bum.
maiden of the Gilrine. But there is beauty, too.
Okay, 2 more lines and then we're done.
I do forgive you, roaming star.
1 more line and then
for
we're
your
done.
part in what befell. But know that of blame.
I see a
yours
misspelling on the
was
wiki.
never the
I
greatest share.
knew. A-N-I-W. Can't believe it. Okay, let's go
These
finish
are
that.
Truly days of wonder. just
I thought he was going to level us up. We do get an uncommon tracery, so maybe that'll be something. We'll accept the quest, but we're not going to do it today. I'm going to finish off for this evening is the plan. Lock that up. And again, I think I'm going to hold on to these, but I'll probably move them on to Palpatene. Not Palpatene. From Palpatene onto Tarvelard and just boost up those a little bit higher. Since now it's just, you know, +1 and all that. And, yeah, and hopefully we can start getting some better armor. Technically it's better armor, yeah. And that one we're not going to go for. But, I don't know. Depends what we have coming up next. For now, though, I'm going to finish it off. Hopefully tomorrow, if all goes to plan, we'll come back and do a little bit more. I don't know how much is in Chapter 3. There's also 12 quests. So we might be able to get, like, Chapter 3 and 4. Thing is, I think we did a pretty good job when Umbar came out of getting through it pretty quickly. The problem is getting to Chapter 5. Chapter 5.1 is the Crew of the Wave Hunter, and honestly, I kind of don't want to do it. But if I do it on stream, I might push myself to do it. That's the thing. So, I guess we'll see. Because I at least know on the Isles. The Isles quest, I don't mind. The Crew quest, I don't like. But hopefully, again, I'll push myself to do it. And on here, we should have a different type of driftwood to interact with. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I will be back, as I said, ideally tomorrow, unless something happens. I can't guarantee anything. And I'll see you then, hopefully. Bye-bye.